7 tracks, 7 chances. You blink, you're gone. This is the PHG World Series, Season 3. Strap in or get past. Lights on the grid, heart on red, foot down heavy, can't hear the dread. Ghosts in my mirrors, chasing my line. I carve that apex like I'm cutting through time. Rubber on curve, sparks in the dark. Every split second could tear you apart. Name on the banner, burned in the screen. I'm wide open, living on the lean. PHG World Series, Season 3, don't breathe. If you feel that fear, better turn that key and leave. We race on the edge, where the brave bleed speed. PHG World Series, only one crown, one king. 3 laps left, 2 fists tight. 1 bad move, lights out, good night. Say my tag when the replays roll. I leave rubber scars on your digital soul. Yeah. 7 tracks, 7 chances. You blink, you're gone. This is the PHG World Series, Season 3. Strap in or get past. Lights on the grid, heart on red, foot down heavy, can't hear the dread. Ghosts in my mirrors, chasing my line. I carve that apex like I'm cutting through time. Rubber on curve, sparks in the dark. Every split second could tear you apart. Name on the banner, burned in the screen. I'm wide open, living on the lean. PHG World Series, Season 3, don't breathe. If you feel that fear, better turn that key and leave. We race on the edge, where the brave bleed speed. PHG World Series, only one crown, one king. Draft on my tail, let them suffocate. I live for the moment.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the PHG World Series. We are here in season 3 for round 3. Got a couple of co-commentators here with me. First off, we have the proprietor of Papa's House of Game, Papa himself. How you doing, Papa?
Good evening. I'm doing good, Sal. Glad to be here tonight. Can't wait to get these two races on tonight. These are going to be good, I think.
I think you are right. And then we've also got newcomer to the commentary booth, Jersey. He's been involved in some of our qualifying stuff, but we got Jersey here helping us run commentary tonight. Jersey, how you doing?
I am doing a little under the weather, but I'm here.
He's here. He's made his appearance. We're going to see how he does. There might be some hazing going on throughout the
Eh,
broadcast. I'm sure Papa's going to have that all under control.
oh yeah, he
But yes, we
We
have
got
got
this.
some exciting set of races today. If this is going to go by the split qualifying that we saw earlier in the week, this is going to be one tight race. So I'm really looking forward to this one. Um, first and foremost, let's go and look at who we got for the top 10 in points so far in this league. Papa, you want to take us through the top 10?
I can. Let me make this bigger so I can actually read it. All right, sitting in the gold position, P1, we have KP Wilcox from Q3 with 800 points even. Right below him is from Team Park, Allen, 720. Bringing up the bronze position is FAF Bobagito with also 720. And then our very own PHG Josh Moment, 720. That gives us the three-way tie for second place. It's already tight. We have McNaughty right there in P5 with 650. Left 36 with 650 in P6. Then we have Papa Oso with 620. PHG Rick Shear with 620. And then the creator of all of this madness, PHG Shaggy Doo with 555. And then right behind him in P10, we got FAF Wade at 545. A lot of fast freaking guys right there.
Yeah, they are. And this is interesting. This week, based on the split qualifying, it seemed to be a bit of a Ferrari fest. This is a breakdown of the cars that all of our drivers chose for the qualifying this round. 72.5% of the drivers went with the Ferrari 296, the new one that we got just last month in the game. 16% of the drivers choosing the Lamborghini Huracan, 7.2% of the drivers choosing the other Ferrari, the old one, the 458, and then 4.3% of the drivers chose the Alfa Romeo. So definitely some favorites here. So we're going to see a lot of Ferraris out there, and we'll see how they do.
I do want to say I would not count out those Alfa Romeos tomorrow night in that split 4 race.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
may not have been really great during the split qualifying, but in
right.
race, they may do
Yeah,
very well. So, all
yes.
right, so we got the round info up for what we're going to be expecting today. Papa, you want to take us through the
All
setup
right.
as well?
Here we go. We are in round 3. We're at Trial Mountain, 20 lap race. Tire wear is at 2 times. Racing mediums, racing softs are required for this race. Fuel is at 3-time multiplier. Cars we are in are the Group 3 Italian manufacturers, which they are all mid-engine rear-wheel drive cars. So it's a pretty balanced. So I was actually surprised to see that how many people picked 296. How balanced these were, but it's gonna be good.
It will be. All right, so the first up, we're going to have split one. We're going to start off with our fastest drivers. Going through the lineup, we're going to have Jorge Sr. in that Ferrari 296, Ryder 15, also in the Ferrari, and our Wood in the Ferrari. And then we're going to have our first Lamborghini in KP Wilcox, Shred, following him up in P5. Goat Instincts Mullet in P6. We got Sector
Omaha.
7 Racing's The Truth Serum, and then Hovercraft, PHG Rowdy, PHG Raider, Papa Oso, Mr. Casual, Cotton Ballistics, and PHG Rick Shear. Now, these were the order that they qualified during the split qualifiers. We will be running another qualifier today to determine what order these 14 guys will be starting in for this race.
Is P9, is that a typo?
I don't think so. We'll see how long P9 sticks around. I
Who
think
is that guy?
I think there's some side wager on how long Rowdy is going to last, but
Rowdy.
that's a bit of an inside joke. All right. And so before we get to the race, we should shout out our sponsors for this season. First and foremost, we have 40 Racewear. They are the sponsor. They are providing the prizes to the top 3 finishers at the end of the series here. So shout out to 40 Racewear. Go check them out at 40racewear.com. We've also got Lithograph Comics. You can find Lithograph Comics on Instagram. Vexed Graphic Design, our own PD Snow, does a number of the graphics that we see on the stream here. You can go check him out over on Instagram as well. And then there's also The Mist Chronicles, which is a book series by our own Box. You can find that book series on Amazon. Go check that out as well. So
I have one
once
other
again,
shout
thank
out I
you.
want to do.
Oh, yes.
I want to give a shout out to Cameron. Hello. Welcome to the races tonight. Glad you're here. You girls have fun. We'll keep you in touch and keep you going with these races, right? Keep your dad in line. Please.
Yes, welcome and watch the stream. I think your dad showed us you made a pretty snazzy snowman or snow chick, I think was what it was called.
So chick, something like that. Yeah.
We paid attention to that. That was pretty cool. So all right, so with that being said, I mean, we're going to get ready for qualifying to start here soon. Jersey, what are you looking for in this race, specifically in split 1? Anything that's going to stand out that you're going to be watching?
Honestly, I think you're going to see a lot of it from the 3 guys tied for second place. I think you're going to see a lot of tight competition there. I think everybody is really going to have kind of the same pit strategy. I don't think anybody's really going to deviate from it. A lot of these guys have been practicing a lot, and they're all way faster than anybody should be. So,
Right.
I as most on the pit strategy though, I think a lot of them they can run softs longer than most people can. The tire wear is just not a strong point for a lot of us, and I think they can manage it. So I think you're going to see them run a lot of their race on the softs, and then just as little as possible on the mediums.
Yeah, Papa, what are you looking for? I know that you're going to be I mean, both of you guys are going to be running in this one. You probably don't want to give out any secrets, but do you have any special strategies that you're looking to see if other people follow, or maybe to see how they deviate from what you're doing?
No, I'm kind of with Jersey. I think it's going to be pretty straightforward within a couple laps of when everybody comes into pit, depending on whether they start on the mediums or the softs. But I think the pit strat is pretty straightforward. For me personally, I'm probably going to pit somewhere, start on the mediums because I know I won't be up front. And then probably into lap 7-ish, give or take, depending on where I'm at in the race. But I'll be pitting and coming in, getting softs and topping off on what fuel I need to make it to the end.
Yeah, with it not being a big strategy race, I mean, that'll be really interesting. I know I haven't gotten any time on the track with these cars, doing all the production stuff, but this one
Right.
looks to be a fun track. I mean, we've all raced at Trial Mountain here before, certainly in
OG
the
track.
dailies and
Yeah.
stuff like that. We know that first turn is like carry as much speed as you can, but if you go just a little too far, you're off and you lose all sorts of time. So, it's really a matter of just how hard you can push it and where. I think when we were talking during qualifying, there's those 2 kind of hills on the track where the back end of your car gets really loose as you crest those hills. The first one being just as you come out of the tunnel in the first sector, and then as you crest that hill heading into the final few corners of the last sector as well. So, going to be watching for the drivers kind of keep their cars under control there. Should be interesting to see. I would imagine we'll have qualifying getting going relatively soon. And, Jersey, I'm probably going to, kind of talk about, what you were saying is that it's really going to be tight, and really to kind of elaborate on, the series as a whole, we've really started to attract a lot of really fast drivers. So, I mean, it's really kind of tightened up the field. It's given those guys that have consistently been at the top a run for their money. So, yeah,
Absolutely.
really excited to see how
Yeah, I
fare. And
I definitely like to see a few of those guys under more pressure more often, and just make everything a little bit more exciting.
yep, and it looks like qualifying is now underway. We've got the cars out on track. Looks like newcomer Rider 15 out in front, looking at a beautiful Ray-Ban Ferrari livery on that car. I don't think we've seen Rider 15 before, so newcomer to the series, Rick Shear, the nice sky livery using the PHG logo. I think shout out to Jay Collins. He's been kind of our decal guy here at PHG and knocked out that PHG decal that looks like the sky decal.
Freaking awesome, yeah. Love that.
And then this guy, Rowdy, out there trying to see if he can at least get a good qualifying lap down.
He had to have cheated. There's no way this guy's here.
Is he part of the cheater club? I didn't think he was part of the cheater.
He is now.
He is now. Right, Cotton Ballistics.
Is the cheater club different from the sandbagging? Correct.
Yes, yes, it is.
Okay. All right. Just so I know that I'm the proprietor of the sandbagging.
Yeah, you are definitely the sandbagger proprietor.
PHG Raider, definitely one of the cheaters. Sorry, I went offline there for like 5 seconds. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Now it's interesting here when they start this hot lap, they're definitely going to be. We didn't have the draft when they were qualifying Tuesday and Wednesday night. Now they do. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see who's going to push hard here to try and make up those extra couple of tenths to move them up the order.
Yeah, we know we always ask people to kind of give the space during qualifying, but with the draft being on, there being at least 2 really long straights at this track, staying bunched up a little bit may actually help your time, just so long as you don't impede each other. So see how well these guys manage that. I got Mr. Casual following Mullet. Mr. Casual in that Hot Wheels livery. He has Hot Wheels all the time.
Yep.
Mr. KP Wilcox.
Now, what'll make it I was gonna say what make it a little weird for them too. If they're really pulling hard in the draft down that front stretch, that first corner is gonna feel really different with the extra speed that they're carrying. So it's a matter they've been practicing without that draft and no effect, same speed every time, and now you're carrying 5-10 more miles an hour into that. It's really gonna affect that lap time.
Yeah, those first couple of corners, you really try to develop some muscle memory on just how to get through it, carrying the most speed. And yeah, like you said, 5 miles an hour faster makes it feel totally different. And I mean, a lot of these guys are used to being fast, used to being at the top of the chart. I would be hopeful that they would know how to account for that. But it's something we're going to want to watch for sure.
Mm-hmm.
See, as they get through the final couple of corners of this first hot lap, Hovercraft, another Sector 7 racer. I like that livery on Cotton Ballistics. Like cracked car. Here they goes, Rider 15. Looked like he might have clipped the wall there.
I think he did.
That may cost him on this first lap, which is going to bring Rick Shear up even closer. Holding on to first with that 150 so far, as we've got 3 drivers across the line. Jorge Sr. right behind him. Although Jorge Sr. was 1/1000th slower, but he went into the pits. So he must have really been on a heater. We did see this in split qualifying. Guys coming into pit after on their first hot lap in order to get fresh tires and really go out there. We did see Jorge lay down the fastest time in split qualifying without using that strategy. So we'll see what he does today.
I may even venture to see him be at least 2 or 3 tenths faster than he was in split qualifying if he can hook up with a draft on fresh tires and less gas.
Absolutely. Yeah, I
Right.
think we saw, what was it, 3 different drivers that were down in the 149 range in our split
Yeah,
qualifier. We've got, what, 5, 6 drivers in the 150s so far.
I do
We
believe
should.
this entire field, except for maybe the last one or two, are all 150s and 149s. I think there was only maybe one or two 151s.
No, I think the 151s didn't start until split 2, if I
Yeah,
remember right, because I think it was a 149.6, and there was like a 1.2-second gap, so it was like a 150.9 or a 150.8, I think
actually,
was
no, yeah,
for.
you're right because I think my split time was 151.01 something, and I'm in the back of split too. So yeah, definitely, yeah, I was
Yeah,
wrong there.
it's just crazy how tight the times are. We got Hovercraft coming across for his second hot lap, does improve by 3/1000ths of a second, so that doesn't move him up the order at all. But he's still in third place. Let's see who else. We got a couple of other drivers coming to the line. Looks like the Truth Serum, if he's able to improve. Currently sitting in P7 with the 151. Jumps all the way to P1 with a 150.541. I don't think that's going to stand, but for right now, he's sitting pretty at the top of the podium. And there we go,
Uh,
Shred.
we do have we do have a little bit different though from the round qualifiers too. Aren't we? We're dealing with wind as well.
Yep, that is
Yeah.
also true. And looking at that wind direction, they're going to have it to their tail end on this long backstretch, which is going to help their times quite a bit. But yeah, the wind and the draft is going to make this qualifier very different from the split qualifiers that we saw on Tuesday and Wednesday night. We're seeing those times be tight already. I mean, we've got
Right.
P2 through P6, in a tenth and a half. And Jorge is purple by less than a tenth, but
There,
and he is
there isn't
entering the
many
last
times
sector.
that Jorge isn't purple.
He does have enough time. He's probably going to get 2 more laps in.
I mean, we should just start calling him Arnie.
Barney.
Looks like Jorge is
Did
going
you
to be
really
the
say
next
that?
one
Barney
to the
was
line.
purple. Barney was purple.
I
I'm
know
saying
what
Barney was
Barney you're
purple.
talking about. I can't believe you are calling season 2 champ Barney.
Well, because he's always purple. What do you want from
Oh,
me? I thought
there's
it
our
was.
149.
There it
There it
is.
is. There's the first one.
996.
149.996. He improved. He was only up a tenth after sector 2 and ended up finishing that lap 4/10ths up. So made up a lot of time in the third sector. A lot of people come to the line. Let's see who can challenge Jorge here.
Very nice.
That last corner, your exit is really dependent on it. 3 to 5 tenths of your time at exit.
A lot of those cars may have been on outlaps. Didn't see very many improvements that time around, but everybody's still fairly bunched up. There's like three or four different packs.
Yeah, I don't see KP staying back there in 7th place either.
No, probably not.
Yeah, no.
I do believe in split qualifying. He was in the low 150s. Mr. Casual up 0.3, trying to break into the 150s. Very good. These drivers get such smooth exits out of that one corner, getting onto the backstretch, which is really crucial on this track. I mean, that may be the most important corner, which is a high-speed left-hander. The more speed you can carry, you get to take all that gain throughout that entire backstretch.
Yep.
Here
Especially
we
now
come to
with the
the
tailwind.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
that. Rowdy pulled over for him. Kudos to Rowdy.
Yep, kudos to Rowdy. Mullet back in 12th. see how much he improves. I would imagine he's hoping to get quite a bit better time than that.
This may be his last lap. I don't know if he can get back around in 15 seconds.
Yeah,
He,
you're
he
right.
needs to make this
Some of
one
these guys,
count.
this may be it.
Yep.
Pop Ballistics with an improvement. Papa Oso with an improvement. Yep, we are now into overtime. These guys crossing the line. This will be their last. Bullet did improve. Shoots himself up to P3 on the chart.
There we go.
Mr. Casual with the big jump as well. AP only got up to 8. He is in the 150s, but I mean, again, with these times being so tight, I mean, you look 1/10 and he'd be, 2 spots up. Just one more tenth.
Is he on
Yeah, I
intermediate?
don't count.
Intermediate.
Yeah, I don't count out KP at any point.
See.
Even if he was in the back of the field, I don't count him out.
He makes a living of starting in the back, coming to the front.
Yes, he does.
He has
Every
done
race.
that. He's done that this season.
Yep.
With the first last to first we've had.
Yep.
The PHG World Series. Looks like we still have about 6 more cars on a hot lap.
I missed that last to first, and now that I'm thinking about it, he's gonna have to join over into the sandbagging team, because if he can pull that off, he's definitely sandbagging this time.
Jorge is going to come to the line, see if he can improve on his current pole position time. 49.
And of course,
He improves, but only by 3 thousandths. Then we got a pack of cars coming.
I'm actually shocked to see Wid back here. Oh, looks like he hit the wall there.
yep.
Oh, there's a penalty behind him. Oh, improvement by Wid. Now he's up into P2. There we go.
Even with the wall tap.
Yeah, I was gonna say, even with the wall.
Yeah, we saw in the last NRL season Wid and Jorge really battling it out for the top time. So, and with Bobagito in the last PHG World Series. So,
Yep.
quite a treat to watch these guys go at it. All right, Papa, you want to take us through the qualifying results?
I can. Let's see. As you all know, we have Jorge with a 149.993. Nice job on grabbing the pole. Right behind him, we got Sector 7 Wid with a 150.354. Red is in P3 with the 154.38. Mr. Mullet, Omaha. I believe this is his first PHG World Series race. Qualifying P4 with a 150.5. Right behind him, we got another Sector 7, the Truth Serum, with the 150.5. Rider 15, P6 with the 150.5. And our third Sector 7, Hovercraft, 150.6. Q3 KP Wilcox in the Lamborghini with the 150.6. Starting P9 in another Lamborghini will be Papa Oso with the 150.8. And we got PHG Rowdy with the 150.8. Rick Shearer with the 150.8. How tight these times are. PHG Raider, 150.9. Mr. Casual, a 151.3. And Cotton Ballistics with the 151.5. We're talking half a second, 0.6, first 14.
Yeah, these are really tight times. I mean, we're seeing this is bound to be a good race. I'm looking forward to this one.
Right.
But this is very similar to what we saw in split qualifying, where like 1 through 12 there was all within a second, and 1 through 14 was all within 1.5 seconds, so or 1.6, like you said. So
Yep.
I don't know, Jersey. What did you see in qualifying here? Anything that stood out? Any surprises of people being either at the front or the back?
Honestly, I think seeing Rowdy get in the top 10 I'm really happy to see that. Now I'm just want him to finish I want to see him pull through and actually come in and stay in that top 10. I'd love to see it for.
I just want to see him finish.
Well, let's not get that. I want to see him finish too, but I want to see him finish in the top 10.
I think it would be good if he finished in the top 10. I agree. It's going to be tough, though. This field is super strong, super quick. They all know exactly what they're doing, so which is why they're in the split one race.
I'm having a headphone issue, so give me a minute and I'll be back. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
Little
Mhm.
it's going to take really is little tiny mistakes here and there, and guys are just going to capitalize all over it. We're going to see here. This is definitely one of those races with everybody's times being tight. The guys in the back do not want to get caught up battling early for position, or the leaders
No.
are just going to pull away on them.
Yeah, and it's also a race where you don't want to lose a slip. Slip isn't
Right.
super strong like it is at Daytona or something, but you
It's
fall
strong
out of
enough
that
to matter.
slipstream, right? You got those 2 long straights that are definitely going to help you in that slipstream. Don't lose it.
Yep.
All
And
right.
with the speeds that these guys drive, and with how, the very minimal mistakes that they make, all it's going to take is the first 1, 2, 3 guys in a pack pull away from everybody.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot
Absolutely.
like the Daytona and the other drafting tracks. There's certainly
Yep.
the people that have worked together, will certainly have the advantage here for sure.
Definitely.
And as we pointed out, there's 3 Sector 7 drivers in here. Very possible for those 3 to get hooked up and just push each other.
Yep.
And you got
Yep.
a few PHG drivers too. Just so many different ways this race can be run.
We'll see where all the loyalties lie for sure.
Right, right.
Or
Do
what
you
kind of deals can be made mid-race.
right? Do you hook up
Yeah,
with who's around you, or do you hold back to bring your teammates along? I mean,
right, right.
could be a fun one here. So,
Yeah.
but it's all about keeping it clean and keeping it on track. I think it was said during qualifying too. A lot of it's going to come down to who doesn't make the mistake. You know, with so
Yep,
a number of these
exactly.
corners, you're really running on the razor's edge, trying to carry the most speed. And in this split, you have to be on your A game to stay up there. So we could see
Yep.
guys pushing it just a little past where they should be.
Yeah, because now you're not only dealing with tire wear, now you're dealing with draft, going into corners with, more wear than normal, with faster speeds than normal. I mean, yeah, they're used to it, but all it takes is just a little bit.
Yep. Quick shout out to Rob. Thank you, Rob, for the $2 dono. We appreciate that. It looks like all the drivers are on track. We are ready to get going with split
Let's
one.
do this. Thank you, Rob.
Jorge here on pole. We'll follow him, see what kind of action unfolds as we go flying into turn one. The lights are out. Away they go. You can see them all single file and back. We're probably going to see a lot of that single file here for the first half lap or so. Here's they diving into turn one, trying to eat up all the curb they can. But still keep it on the track. Got to make sure that rear end doesn't wiggle around. Jorge pulling a little bit of a gap on Wid.
Jorge's on softs.
Jorge is on soft tires. We'll have to check through the tire situation as we come around. Wid is on mediums. Looks like we got Shred on mediums as well. So Jorge could try to pull a gap.
Good.
Other medium runner in Mullet. So it looks like most of the field is running on mediums. So
Yeah.
hopefully that doesn't come back to bite him. I mean, Jorge's going to have to look at, trying to get away in the corners right now, being on the superior tire. But he's not going to have anybody to work with then if he gets away. All these other guys could start catching
Right.
up. Hopefully that doesn't end up
Right.
being a strategy issue.
Well, it's also too, he doesn't want to push too hard and rip those softs up premature to where he's planning on going in.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Have to get a lap earlier or something. Right.
Rick Shear got a nice overtake on Rowdy. They were teaming up.
Very
Did the
clean.
old push him down the straight and then pass him in the corner.
Shake and bake.
Here at the back, we got a nice tight battle going on. Looks like everybody's keeping it nice and clean. Nobody's lost it here on the first lap. Knock on wood.
Yeah, right. It does. It looks like Jorge was the only one on softs. Everybody's running those mediums.
Yep. And
Yeah.
as we can see, he did pull a 2-second gap. We'll
Yeah.
see if he can hold that as we get down the long front stretch here.
No, and this isn't a new strat we've seen from Jorge. He did this
Right.
a little bit ago too, in one of the other rounds. So,
Yeah, we've seen him do this quite a bit, where he just goes into full go hard mode and
right.
gets so far ahead of everybody that they just can't catch up, even when they do start to get the advantage. We'll see if it plays out that way here. Pull it up into P4. Rider 15 right behind him. We got a replay here. Let's see what happens. Rider 15 coming around.
Oh,
Well, looks like everybody kept it clean.
It is such a cool part of the section to watch, though, as they come
Right.
up and over through those S's.
Yeah, it's not only S's, but you've got, that vertical
Yeah.
change, that altitude change can certainly unsettle the car if you're not used to it.
yeah, it definitely gets a little slick coming through there, especially on the medians.
Yeah.
We see everybody using the draft on the long straight. The truth serum looks like he might have been left out to dry by Rider 51 and KP Wilcox, but
He's got the
Drives it
inside.
in
He might
big
hang
boy.
on to it.
like
See
if
if
he
he can pull
does,
ahead here. Oh,
here we're coming up to that hill. As you crest the hill right here, you got to watch
There.
out in the braking zone. You don't lose the car. Everybody kept control of it. It's really hard when you're side by side there. It's always interesting as people come around. I'm going to watch this again.
I thought Ryder was going to stay next to him there. I'm not sure if he lifted to give him the space or not.
Yeah, they were side by side. Yeah,
Yes.
it looked exactly
Yeah.
like he backed off.
Little lift.
In fact, he had to back
Yeah.
off to let KP wide too.
Yep.
So he
yep.
lost 2 spots.
I think-
to try to keep it clean.
I think KP just kind of shoved his way in there.
But some smart racing. That's what we want to see is some good smart racing
Yeah.
strategy. Jorge
There's
now with
really
the
only
4-second
one-
gap.
Yeah, he's like
There's
2
really only
seconds a
one
lap.
good line. There's really only one good line around this track. There really isn't a lot of points where you can stay side by side. So if you want to stay competitive with the leaders, if you get them in the draft, that's one thing. But trying to battle through these corners, it's really just going to slow the field up and let everybody else pull away.
That is true.
You got
But
shredded.
again,
Got by Wid somewhere. Take over that.
oh yeah,
P2
Wid
spot.
was in second. You're right. Looks like Shred had a really good exit coming out of that corner, although he may have tapped the wall.
Just a little scrapage.
Yeah, Wid's closing in on him. We'll see if he works with him. He's going to pass him. He may have enough overspeed by the time we get to the braking zone. Let's see what happens here. As he pulls right up behind Shred. Here comes the braking zone now. They both whoa it down. No contact. Side by side. Wid gets the pass done. Well done. But Shred tapped the wall there. Now he's got mullet all over the back of him. There's no rest for the weary at this track. KP back in 5th, trying to keep up with this pack of 3 cars. Rider 51 hoping to recover from the loss of position on the last lap. Definitely not out of it. A lot of race left to be done here.
They got back by Truth Serum. That was one of the cars that passed him with KP.
Yep. That he did. The PHG Raider, there's up to P9. I believe he started in P12, so he's up 3 spots so far.
Yeah,
Wonderful Jack and Coke livery.
Yeah.
Like it.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, I ran some practice with the Raider, and he was going by me at some points like I was standing still.
Yeah.
Well, looked like Hot Ballistics picked up the pen there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Half second. Let's see if we can see where that was as we go to that high
Probably
speed
a little
turn
too
1.
tight.
That one was good.
There.
Oh, no, it must have caught him on that
Hey.
first one.
I
It
don't know.
looked good. I agree, but
Yeah, it looked good.
That looked
PD
good to
did
me,
not agree.
yeah.
And that's the thing with the penalty zone being right at the beginning of the front stretch. It is quite costly, especially when you have this tight racing.
Yeah, you're
So
going
half
down
second pen, you
at
might lose
least
2, 3
2
spots.
Yeah, at
Exactly.
least 2 spots.
With back up to P2.
Jorge already 7 seconds ahead. I don't know if that, I don't know if that 7 seconds though is really going to make that big of a deal once these guys come in to get off these mediums and go on the softs, and then Jorge's got to slow down on it. Depends how much practice Jorge's put in on those mediums to stay fifth or ahead of the field.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's certainly a strategy to question, but it is Jorge. And he has done this strategy before to perfection. So only time will tell, as our good buddy Toon likes to say. Anything can and will happen. These guys, second through fifth, are all bunched up pretty good.
Yeah, this is where I was calling. I knew that through four, second through fifth, maybe even sixth, I knew it was going to be where most of the hard racing was going to be because of where the qualifying times were sitting.
It does look like we had an unfortunate engine failure. Papa Oso dropped out. That is unfortunate to see. Quick shout out to Jay Collins. Jay Collins with a $10 donation to the channel. Thank you, Joe.
Joe.
I love this series and all the greatness it brings with it. Thank you, PHG and crew. Thank you, Joe.
So what do you think, Papa? What lap do you think these guys are going to come in and get off of those mediums?
I think you're going to see a couple try and do an undercut, maybe pit lap 6. But I think you're going to see the majority on lap 7.
You think that's soon, huh? You think they can squeeze 13 laps softs?
Hey, I can squeeze 13 laps. I know these guys can.
Well, this is true.
Okay.
Watch the replay here. Look, we got Hovercraft making the pass on Cotton Ballistics.
There he is.
Coming down the long straight. It looks like he's just edging ahead of him as they get into the braking zone. Yeah, Cotton Ballistics has no choice but to just give up the corner.
Now, I don't know. I know regular draft is realistic when it comes to this, but do these cars get affected from side draft at all?
Yeah, I don't know.
I believe
I've
that's
never
been
really tested
debated.
it.
I don't know that anybody's definitively proven whether it's a thing or not. I think there are people that swear it's there and others who think it's not. I'm not sure. This would be the kind of track to know about it, though.
I think we lost another one to engine failure. We lost Rider 15.
Oh. He's one of our newcomers. That's unfortunate to see. We hope to see them back. They obviously have the speed. Let's see, the field is starting to stretch out a little bit. It looks like a lot of these cars still have drafting partners. PHG Rowdy with the 1 second pen.
Come on, Rowdy.
This is where teamwork is going to help.
Yes. Yeah, if you can find somebody to team up with and just kind of stay tucked with them, you as a pair,
right,
you go faster than the rest.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, we're talking fifth is now 12 going on 13 seconds behind Jorge. I would
looks like
want to
KP is
just try
kind
and
of
let them bunch together.
Looks like KP might be on an island there. He had enough space both ahead and behind him that he doesn't have a drafting partner. But Jorge with a 9.7 second lead on Wid. Now he's backed off on that 2 seconds a lap he was getting. Now he's averaging more like 1.5 seconds a lap.
Yeah, I think he's trying to conserve those softs.
That's true. I mean, if he could get 14 laps out of the softs.
Oh, easy. He's definitely, with his tire wear, he's definitely got 8 more laps on that. On those.
Oh, yeah.
Wid really pushing it. Gets a bit of a tail wag coming out of the final corner. But did not hit the wall this time. Got a bit of a gap on Shred. Shred's still in the slipstream, but just barely. I think the general consensus is that the slipstream is about 1.3 seconds on these Group 3 cars.
Yeah, it's right in that range, 1.2, 1.3.
Looks like Wid is slowly pulling that gap a little bit more.
little bit at a time. Just as long as he can stay focused on racing the track, not the car in front of him.
Yeah, and we know that the dirty air does something too. Going through all these S curves, like having somebody in front of you can not only cause your car to push a little bit, but it does eat up your tires a little more.
Yes.
But the only way you're going to stay in the draft for this long straight is to eat that. So
Maybe that's why a lot of these guys decided to stay on those mediums, see what kind of packs were going to form up. And once they had their packs picked out, and then they knew how many laps they were going to get on the softs, and just team up and go.
yeah, that's a good observation. Shout out to PHG Raider. He's up to P7. He's gained 5 spots in this lobby.
Yeah,
Looking
he's
good.
definitely on a mission.
Still got a nice close battle here between Mr. Casual and Rick Shear. I believe Mr. Casual started close to the back. I don't remember what position he started in.
Yeah,
Was he 14?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was 13.
He's also gained a number of spots. Now, Hovercraft back at 10th and Rowdy, I think they're two that have maybe lost a few. Trying to recover.
Rowdy did qualify 10th, so he is hanging tough.
Okay. Well, Mr. Casual backs off just a little bit as they get into that first corner. Nice and smooth through there.
And another strat these guys in the back might be playing is saving fuel. Limit their time when they come into the pits. With the fuel rate being at 3 liters per second, I mean, it's low.
Yeah.
If you can save, half a gallon of gas, fuel, I mean, you're talking 3 to 6 seconds right there.
Yeah, I definitely think the regular pump at Exxon fills up faster than this.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, again, the way these combos are set up, the job Shaggy's done, there's just so many different options on what to do and how to run your races.
It's not a one single variable. It's multiple variables.
Right.
And usually you don't find out about 1 or 2 of them until racing.
Well, and that's the fun part. You've got all these different drivers, and they're skilled enough and smart enough that they certainly figure out some strategies that you may not have thought of. And whether it's something that's out of left field or just something that you need to be near the top of the heap to even be able to pull off, that us mere mortals may not even know about. That's always fun
we
to
haven't
see.
seen any pits yet.
Yeah, we're finishing up lap 8. Oh, we got our first pitter, Rick Shear, who was in the back half of the field. Maybe looking to get some clean air. Although I believe he was leading ahead of Rowdy. So he was at the front. He wasn't necessarily chewing up his tires, but...
I mean, you can see Rick Shear save 4% more fuel than Cotton Ballistic.
Yep.
That 5-second lead he has over him, I mean, that'll jump to like 7 or 8. Won't need that much more fuel.
Now, does the 3 liters per second essentially equate to 3%? Like that 4 liters of difference is going to be 1.3 seconds less fuel?
I don't know. I've never worked it out.
You want me to do math?
It sounds good to me.
Let's just say yes.
Alan agrees, and I would definitely trust Alan. He says 1 liter is 1%.
All right, so for every 3% you can save, that's a whole second.
Yeah.
Out on the track, which for these front runners, they're staying close. We got KP sticking with Mullet here. These top 6 haven't changed positions much, other than those first couple laps. Now they're kind of riding it out. Mr. Casual got ahead of Hovercraft here. I wonder what happened. Hovercraft's now 3 seconds back.
Had to
heavy
have been a
damage.
penalty.
Could have been a
Yeah.
penalty. Although that penalty would have been a lap or so ago. Number of people pitting now at the end of lap 9. Some of our front runners in Shred and Mullet. Shred was in P3. We'll see if the
I'm surprised
undercut.
they're going a full 10 laps on those mediums like that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, if they've done 10 on mediums and coming in, Jorge on Stoff still out there.
You know, and even I
He's-
say I'm getting 13 laps on the stop. I could probably get a couple more laps out of it, but that's about where it starts balancing out. The stops are becoming slower than the medium time lap times.
I mean, in all
Maybe-
honesty, he's really, what, 50% on that right front, I would say.
Yeah. Now, granted, your tire wear does speed up as you get past that 50% mark, or at least it
Yeah.
does for me.
It does for me too.
Well,
Shout
let's see
out
how
to,
it can minute here as
C-Turbo.
long as we can.
Shout
Turbo!
out to Steve Turbo with the 1999 donation. Shout out to TK's for hosting. Thank you, Turbo. We appreciate that. And while we're at it, please remember to like and subscribe to TK's channel here. TK's does a lot of work to put this on. Hosting these broadcasts is not as easy as it looks.
No TK
Our leader.
mastermind.
Our leader, Jorge, into the pits. Looks like Wid is going to follow suit. Along with KP, everybody coming in, and they're going to split this 10 and 10.
Yeah, and they are not far. They are not that far behind now. That 7 seconds really did 7, 8, 9 seconds really did not look like much on pit.
And we'll see once everybody gets out. Jorge has saved about 3% more fuel than Wid, so that'll give him another second. But KP Wilcox still has 40% fuel left. So
Leave a lap.
Rowdy, P2.
all right, so Jorge comes out just ahead of Rowdy.
Oh.
Drops Rowdy back down to P3.
Now, hopefully this doesn't make Rowdy a little too aggressive and try and keep up. Jorge's might be on mediums, but he's on fresh mediums. Rowdy's a little beat down here.
Now they are cold. It will take, I don't know, half a lap
You know-
for those things to heat up. I mean, Rowdy's tires still look great. I mean, they're practically brand new.
I think I was finding on the mediums, it was like third to fourth lap is when they felt sticky.
Oh, they took that long, huh?
Yeah, it was really weird. And I don't know if that was just the 296. But yeah, the first couple laps I just felt like I was sliding everywhere.
Well, you are getting a lot of tire cooldown time on these straights.
That's true.
All right, so looking at the gaps, it looks like Shred is about 11 seconds behind Jorge. Has 10 laps to try to catch up. Shout out to Duke. The $10 donation.
Duke.
Donation to the beer fund for the commentators. Great job, guys. Thank you, Duke.
sir.
We appreciate that. Thank you to all those that have donated so far. For everybody else, please remember to hit that like button. That's free, and it helps. Right, the Truth Serum in, along with Rowdy, which should bring Jorge and the rest of the front runners back to the front. We should have a pretty good idea of where this all shakes out. Look at that, Rowdy saved 4% more fuel than the Truth Serum.
Yeah.
He was behind him by a bit, so that's going to close the gap a bit, but not. I don't think it's enough.
But remember,
Shred and Mullet
don't
right on
need
each
to
other.
let-
Shred and Mullet ahead of Wid. Wid was in P2, lost 2 positions during that round of pit stops.
That's the fuel difference, would be my guess.
Probably. Shred, I believe, is one of our new runners or new drivers in the World Series here. So shout out, he's running P2, having a great first impression. Mullet also his first time in the PHG World Series, although we've all been friends with Mullet for a while.
So good to see him back on the wheel.
Absolutely. Then S7R Wid only 7/10 back, so these guys are keeping it tight. 2, 3, 4, all within a second.
And it's
A
going to
little
be
bit over half done
interesting
with the
towards
race.
the end.
Question is, can this group close in at 11 seconds?
Get a little aggressive there, trying to get sneak down that inside.
Yeah, I mean, if these three could work together and just stay patient through the twisty bits, bump draft each other on the straights, that might be their golden ticket to catch up to Jorge, who is, I mean, still has a 10+ second lead on, second place here.
Now let's see how much they can, if they can hold it together and work together, how much they can pull that in over the next 8 laps.
Yeah, being on soft tires, they should be able to make some gains, but they're not making 2 seconds a lap gains like what Jorge was putting on him on the first few laps.
Well, lap times after this lap, I would look at lap times are really tell the tale.
And Lid with a 150 flat. I mean, that was faster than his qualifying run.
Well, this is
Shred
definitely
also
one of
with
the
a
tracks.
150.
Once you're in the groove, you just start going faster and faster and faster, and until you make that first mistake, and then it just
Right.
undoes all the progress you've made.
That sounds like my race.
Yeah, Jorge kind of holding it at 10 seconds. Looks like Shred's got at least one fan in the chat. Knows who they are, so they're not a stranger to everything. Good to see. Yeah, him, Mullet, and Wid still all within that draft. I don't see that they've been close enough to bump draft each other, which is what you really need to be able to do to make this work. They've had the slipstream, but haven't been able to do the actual bump draft. Rick Shear back up to P6. He was our first pitter. Rick Shear trying to do the undercut, going to run the most laps on softs. The PHG Raiders still up, sitting at P8 after a P12 start. Mr. Casual sitting at P9 after a P13 start. S7R Hovercraft has caught back up to him. Followed by Cotton Ballistics. About a 5-second gap between him and Hovercraft. And then we got PHG Rowdy, 2.4 back from Cotton Ballistics. Doing his best out there. Sticking with it, which is good to see. Time to Jorge. It's dropped by about 4/10. Ooh, Jorge with a big wiggle there.
A little bit of drift outside of Tokyo.
Yeah, that's going to cost him some time. Oh, Mullet fell back to 5th. KP's now ahead of him. Mullet definitely lost some time there. Not sure if he had an issue. I don't see any damage or a penalty. But he did lose a position.
Yeah, and KP was like 2 seconds behind Mullet.
Right.
Yeah, this track's one of the, like I was saying, it's one of those tracks where there's really only one good line the whole thing, and if you deviate from it even a little bit, you're dropping a half a second or better back from the guy in front of you. And it's all about consistency. You just need to stay in that line over and over and over again.
And the Truth Serum still looking to try to catch back up to Rick Shearer. He certainly has him in his sights within 1 second. Continuing to close. And looking at the track map up in the upper right-hand corner, for those that aren't familiar, that red triangle you see in the upper right shows the driver that we're currently looking at. And all the blue triangles or arrows are all the other drivers. So we can see there's a number of like pockets of, pairs of drivers. They're sticking together. Rick Shear and the Truth Serum being one of those pairs. Rick Shear was able to keep that lead on the front stretch. Still kind of holding it, even through the S's there. Well, no, the Truth Serum's catching up.
Yeah, he's
Closing that gap.
Little high. So. Yeah, he's pulling it out. He's definitely in the zone right now.
Truth Syrup's tires are like 3 laps of pressure.
Well, Rick Shear was our first pitter.
And
he pitted.
Truth Serum was one of the last.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of time before he gets by Rick.
Yeah, if he waits till, the last couple laps, he should have more of a tire advantage, or more noticeable tire advantage at that point.
Right.
He's catching.
I mean, then
they're getting to the brakes. Is he going to pull out? He is. He's going for the inside move.
Yep.
Does he get it wound down? He does. Rick gives him plenty of room. Looks like he's going to complete that pass. Beautiful looking pass.
Yeah, I think Rick knows that right now, fighting too hard. He went in a little too early from what he wanted to do. It's not working out the way he wanted, so he's just going to try and conserve as much rubber to make it to the end, but stay as competitive. He doesn't want to drop more positions.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Rick's a smart driver. He knows what's up. And we know DeTruth is fast. Here we got Wid and Shred all over each other. Wid going to go for the move, heading into the first corner. Is Shred going to back out? He is. He's going to.
Yeah, he did.
He's going to play it smart. Just tuck in.
Four more laps to go.
With him. Yeah, a little over 4 laps to go. If he can stick with him to the backstretch, they could leapfrog each other. Let's watch this again. Wid sets this up, coming down the front stretch, gets that overspeed, pulls out, does get the nose ahead before the turn into turn 1. Shred has no choice but to back out on it. Well done. Smart driving by both drivers there.
At this point now, 16 laps in, you really don't want to, pin it into another driver and ruin your entire race.
Bullet with the half-second penalty. Back in 5th, trying to catch up to KP. And DeTruth pulling away on Rick Shears, extended that beyond the slipstream range. It's now over that 1.3-second gap.
Raider can pull pretty quick on him here. Raider's tires are looking a lot better.
Yeah, we'll see. That last time around when DeTruth made the pass on Rick, Rick went, quite a bit wider going through the small banky boy here. I was assuming he was giving him space, but it might be that he's just not getting it down to the apex. But Jorge is still with an 8.6-second lead. We are 7 laps into the second half of this stint. It's really his race to lose at this point. Shred still staying tucked into Wid's slipstream. Hasn't lost him.
Cox, he's come up from where did he start? He started 8th, I believe. He's up to 4th, and he's pulling hard on 3rd.
Yeah, he's not quite to that slipstream range, but if he can get caught, in another lap, he could get, within a second. It could be game on for the last couple laps.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, if Shred stays just close enough, he will pull a gap on this backstretch because he will have the slipstream. Yeah, he's within a half second. But he's going to have more speed than KP. The Wid's got a little bit of a gap. This is probably going to be enough to hold it for this lap. Yeah, they both get it down to the apex there. Getting those cars wound down at the end of that long stretch can be so tricky. Thankfully, it's a very wide, banky corner there to help save you.
One thing that this 296 does well is it stops. That I will say. It does stop on a dime.
Witt pulling the lead a little bit. He's now got it up to 0.8. But still 8 seconds behind Jorge.
Yeah, I don't see the next 2-3 laps them making up 8 seconds unless Jorge just touches grass and ends up somewhere he shouldn't be.
Right.
Yeah, like we were saying, I think it's his race to lose at this point. It's just got to be smooth. He has plenty of tire. Like, he probably has plenty of fuel. I'm sure all these guys have mapped their fuel just to where they just have what they need.
At this
Have it
point,
running
it's a
on
little bit
fumes
of
by the end.
for Jorge. It's a little bit of dark out, wearing sunglasses. We have a half a tank of gas, pack of cigarette, dried.
And Rick Shear, he's got his tires are about half worn. Raiders isn't that much better. His are also about half worn, but he has caught up to him.
Yeah, that early pit is really starting to take effect on Rick.
Yeah, it got him out a little quicker, but
Yeah.
ultimately in these later laps, it's starting to cost him position.
Raider must have pit pretty close, maybe one lap later, because their tire wear is pretty similar. Half a second. This is going to be a fair fight at the end.
Yeah.
Over the Banky boy, who could make it stick? Raider gets down to the apex a little further. But Rick gets a slightly better exit. Up and over that little bump.
It has the jacket.
He's pulling in on him now. He's got it to 4/10. Battle
Exit
is
here
on.
coming onto the front
P7.
stretch. The exit here coming onto the front stretch is really going to make or break it.
Yeah, we've
The
seen
wall
Witt a
taps.
number of times, wag the rear end of his car coming out of that final corner, really trying to, like you said, push for the most speed on the front stretch. If you can nail it, you can definitely put down some time, but if you get that tail end to come out, you can lose all sorts of time.
Right.
And he's right with him.
He is. He's not going anywhere.
Nope. No mistakes yet. He's definitely racing the track. As long as he keeps his eyes off of Rick Shear and not concentrate on Rick's line and his own, he'll reel him in for that last lap.
Rick's got to be careful not to drive looking in the rearview mirror too much. In a way, you need to pretend he's not there and just put down your laps. He's got a 7/10 lead. They seem to kind of be yo-yoing. Check up with the leaders here. KP, Shred, and Wid all still relatively close. They've kind of been running in this order now for quite some time.
Yeah,
We've got just a little over a lap to go.
They're pretty spread out. They're pretty spread out. I think this is about where they're going to end up for second, third, fourth, third. Question's going to be right here is if Raider can get by on this last lap. He's definitely got to reel in a little bit closer before he tries to make a move.
Yeah, his strategy probably needs to be on him as they get onto the backstretch. That's where he's going to need to make the pass and then hold it. Now, granted, the start-finish line is a ways down the front stretch. Somebody could get the draft coming out of the final corner and beat somebody to the line, but you would have to time it absolutely perfect. Right. Yeah, look at their tires. Their tires are 2/3 dead.
I was looking at the fuel.
Yeah, they're probably going to be on fumes at the end.
Yeah, I mean, they should be okay, but if anybody misjudged it, like other people do at Daytona.
Yeah,
You never know.
Listen. As long as I don't end up facing backwards, it's okay. Somebody could have put me across that finish line, Nobody wanted to help out.
Yeah.
Right. These next couple of corners are going to be the most crucial for Raider. He needs to get tucked in as close as he can to this backstretch.
I'm impressed by Rick to really hang on to those used up tires and
Yeah.
hold off Raider as much as he has.
Rick had a great exit there.
Yeah, he
He was
did.
pulling away. I mean, Raiders got the toe now, but
Got a good
It's
battle.
not enough. It's
Third
not
quarter.
I don't
enough.
think it's going to be enough. Rick had a phenomenal exit getting onto the backstretch. Raiders going to dive it in, see if he can make it stick.
Ooh.
These other guys up front still have a bit of a gap, and we got Jorge getting onto the front stretch. Still with a 7.3 second lead. Pulled out a big lead in the beginning, was able to hold it through the end. Congratulations, Jorge, taking the win in split one. We got S7R's Wid going to come across the line in P2. Then we got Shred and KP Wilcox right on his bumper in
Yeah,
third
he
and
was
fourth.
right there.
Mullet going to finish out in P5th. Not too bad. He did have a couple of penalties in there, but able to pull out a top 5. P6 for the True Serum.
Oh, Rick.
Rick and
Hold
Raider,
on, Rick.
nose to tail,
Oh,
come
Right.
across 7th and 8th.
I know that feeling that Raider was having too. Like, just it got a little bit better of an exit. I could have tried.
Mr. Casual coming across in P10. That's an improvement. Got Ballistics in P11. And Rowdy finishing
Ralph,
all 20
you
laps.
made it, buddy. You made it.
Auto drive. He used auto drive. There's no way. Nice job, everybody.
What a race.
Good. Yeah, right? Good tight finishes at the end.
Tight
Strategy.
finishes. We saw some back and forth throughout, and all the passing appeared to be very clean. That's always
Yeah.
fun to see.
Right.
All right, Papa, you want to take us through our finishing results?
Absolutely. We got Jorge from the pole to the win. In his 296 Ferrari for P1. Sector 7 Wid coming in at P2, also with the fastest lap of the race, 149.848. Then we have Shred in P3, Q3 KP Wilcox, P4, Goat Instinct Mullet, P5, Sector 7 The Truth Serum, P6, PHG Rick Shear, P7, PHG Raider, P8. And then in P9, here we got Sector 7 Hovercraft, followed by Mr. Casual. Then we got in P11 Cotton Ballistics, PHG Rowdy in P12, and a couple unfortunate engine failures in Papa Oso and Rider 15. Outstanding.
Wow, what a race. What a race. I think we got what we were hoping for out of the first split there. Some nice close battles. Uh we should probably go ahead and nominate our driver of the race. Papa, who do you got for that?
Ooh, driver of the race. Wow. I mean, Jorge, that was a very dominant, as usual, performance. Got out, took the lead, held on. You know what? I think I'm gonna go with Wid. He wasn't able to keep up to Jorge, but he definitely put on his own performance within the strat that everybody else was using. But again, Jorge, yeah, I'm gonna go with Wid.
Solid choice, solid choice. Jersey, who do you got for driver of the race? Oh, you might be muted, Jersey.
I am. Sorry about that.
Oh, there we go.
I was probably coughing along up a second ago. I didn't want to disturb everybody. But I am definitely gonna. I had my eye on KP most of the race. He was charging
Yeah,
the whole time.
yeah,
I didn't see him really make any mistakes. He came up quite a few spots from where he qualified from. Um, and he was put one more lap, and he was another spot up. So honestly, I'm gonna go with KP.
Yep, another solid choice. I think I'll take the easy way out. I'm going to take Jorge with a dominant victory. It's hard to argue with that.
right.
Once
I agree
again
with that.
shows us that he takes a different strategy than everybody else and makes it work. I want to also give an honorable mention to Raider. Raider made it up a bunch of spots and really was hunting down, Rick Shear at the end there, but also a good one. But I'll officially nominate Jorge. And it looks like we have our driver of the race poll up in the chat. So for those of you watching, definitely go ahead and vote for who you think should be the driver of Split 1.
And Rowdy finishing a
Oh,
race.
listen, can we please? Can we? You know what? I want to
My
retract.
headset went out
I
again.
want Rowdy in
Before you
there.
guys want to take us to break.
That's funny.
How do we take us to break? After these messages, we'll be right back.
Seven tracks, 7 chances. You blink, you're gone. This is the PHG World Series, Season 3. Strap in or get past. Lights on the grid, heart on red, foot down heavy, can't hear the dread. Ghosts in my mirrors, chasing my line. I carve that apex like I'm cutting through time. Rubber on curve, sparks in the dark. Every split second could tear you apart. Name on the banner, burned in the screen. I'm wide open, living on the lean. PHG World Series, Season 3, don't breathe. If you feel that fear, better turn that key and leave. We race on the edge, where the brave bleed speed. PHG World Series, only one crown, one king. Lap count climbing, hands don't shake. Draft on my tail, let them suffocate. I live for the moment, I scream loud. I serve that danger like a roaring crowd. Big cool praying, hold that lid. I'm past praying, I just bleed speed. Glitch in the system, born off track. I don't chase victory, I drag it back. PHG World Series, Season 3, don't breathe. If you feel that fear.
Nope, don't press that. Nope, not that.
7 tracks, 7 chances. You blink, you're gone. This is the PHG World Series, Season 3. Strap in or get past. Lights on the grid, heart on red, foot down heavy, can't hear the dread. Ghosts in my mirrors, chasing my line. I carve that apex like I'm cutting through time. Rubber on curve, sparks in the dark. Every split second could tear you apart. Name on the banner, burned in the screen. I'm wide open, living on the lean. PHG World Series, Season 3, don't breathe. If you feel that fear, better turn that key and leave. We race on the edge, where the brave bleed speed. PHG tight. One bad move, lights out, good night. Say my tag when the replays roll. I leave rubber scars on your digital soul. Yeah. 7 tracks, 7 chances. You blink, you're gone. This is the PHG World Series, Season 3. Strap in or get past. Lights on the grid, heart on red. Foot down heavy, can't hear the dread. Ghosts in my mirrors, chasing my line. I carve that apex like I'm cutting through time. Rubber on curve, sparks in the dark. Every split second could tear you apart. Name on the banner, burned in the screen. I'm wide open, living on the lean. PHG.
All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the PHG World Series. We are back. Man, that first race. That was an exciting one.
Still amped, yeah.
I was not expecting the field to thin out as much as it did, to be honest.
That was a little surprising. You still had your tight battles within the race itself. Strategy is what separated the field there.
That, and I think, to be honest, I think because a majority, everybody except for Jorge started on mediums, and I think it was just the sheer amount of practice that people put in on mediums that showed through as to who was going to pull away.
Yeah, you can see who practiced, who didn't. Like Rowdy, I mean, finishing last, he shouldn't have been back there, man.
All right, so looking at the driver of the race, it looks like we may have a runaway winner in a Jorge here. Looks like he has 67% of the vote. So congratulations, Jorge, for
nice job
sweeping split one with both the driver
Congratulations, Barney.
Driver of the race and the actual race win. So good job on that. All right, so this time around we're going to be doing split 3. But before we get to that, let's remind the viewers of what we got going on here. Papa, you want to take us through the round info again?
Absolutely. We are still at Trial Mountain. It is a 20-lap race. Tire wear is at 2 with the multiplier. You have to use the racing mediums and racing softs within the race. You can qualify on whichever one of tire you want. I don't know why you would qualify on the mediums, but fuel multiplier is at 3. We are in the Group 3 Italian manufacturing cars. Pretty much is the Lambos, the Ferraris, and the Alfa Romeos. All that's going to fit into those categories. So,
yep. And for split 3 here, got a variety of cars. We'll go through this isn't the starting order. This is just how they qualified during the split qualifiers throughout the week. We have Moose running in the Lamborghini. Got S7R's Nuke in the Ferrari 296. PHG SPC also in a Ferrari 296. Got McNaughty in the Ferrari. J-Dog in the Lamborghini. Q in the Ferrari 458, the older Ferrari. That'll be an interesting one to watch out for.
yeah.
FAF Slowpoke Rods in the Lamborghini. VIP Cornbread in the Ferrari. PHG Slick in the Ferrari. Our buddy Corridor in the Ferrari. Ismail Truth in the Ferrari. FAF Elzo in the Ferrari. And RSR Zilla in the Ferrari. S2C did qualify for split 3, but ended up with an emergency today, and I think it was a family emergency, will not be able to join us. So he is a scratch for split 3.
There's some surprising names seeing back here in split 3 this week.
Absolutely. I remember when we were looking at the split qualifying results, seeing just how stacked split 2 was, and then looking at split 3 and going, oh my God, we got McNaughty, Moose, Nuke. I mean, these are all
Yeah.
normally
Yeah.
split 1
Yeah.
drivers, in past seasons. I mean,
These are-
Corridor won Division B in the NRL this last season, so we know
Yeah.
he's fast.
Yep.
So again, a testament to the drivers that we're getting out and their driving acumen for sure. This should be another fun one to watch. I know I don't remember what all the times were, but I do remember they were very close when it came to the split qualifier.
Moose was technically split 2, as TK's is saying.
Yeah, that's why he has the provisional next to his name. He wasn't able to race tomorrow, so he had to drop down a split. We could race tonight, but
That's right. That's right. That's right.
So-
Moose missed split 1 by, wasn't it by like 1,000th of a second?
yeah, it was super stupid close. Yeah,
So he may be the one to watch in this one, but as we know, once the race starts, anything can happen. Once you get around the other drivers, once these other drivers have that slipstream to use, they could gain some
Tell you
speed.
who I'm going to
keep
have.
on up.
strategy.
Have my-
Right.
I'm going to have my eyes on McNaughty through this race because him being
Me
back here
too.
in split 3, with a 3-way tie for second, he's going to want to gobble as many points as he can to stay relevant up
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
Absolutely. So, yeah, this is going to be another fun one to watch here. The split 2 and split 3. I mean, any of the drivers in split 2 and split 3 probably could have been flip-flopped. I mean, the times were so close. It's just doing one corner just a little bit better or making that one mistake pushes you from the top of split 2 to the bottom of split 3. So,
Because you only got a couple of laps to make it, to put your best time down.
all right. So if we go and review the top 10 in points that we've got for this season, I mean, again, just a reminder, McNaughty is up in P5 in the points. So he's been in split 1 for these other races. And in this one is definitely going to look to try to get as many points as he can so he doesn't drop too far.
Right.
I think
That
left
D-
36
that
we
DNF
did
really
not
hurt.
see. Yeah, absolutely.
DNF hurt Papa Oso.
Yep. And we didn't see left 36 in split 1. So I'm guessing he's in split 2. So most likely McNaughty will drop at least one spot there, but
And you got Rick Scheer. He's due to gain some spots.
yeah,
Yeah.
Rick Scheer, heck of a finish there at the beginning. And yeah, with
Yep.
Papa Oso and McNaughty dropping, and Josh Moment we didn't see in top split either. So
Nope.
there could
Nope.
be a bit of a shakeup in the points
Here we
after
go.
this race is done.
Yep.
And with this only being Jorge's second race, expect to see his name start popping up in this top 10 eventually too.
Mhm.
He's going to start catching these guys.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, Jorge is, I'm not sure if he's going to be running all the races this season. We know he missed the first race.
Right.
But we'll see what happens. A number of these guys are also running in IRO and their Gran Turismo Endurance Championship. So there are certainly a few drivers that may have to miss a race. But with the way Shaggy has this set up, out of the 7 races, only your top 5 points races count. So, certainly some of these guys, like McNaughty, might be viewing this just as a throwaway race.
Yep.
Which is still fun to run, but could end up, could surprise us. Who knows what P1 is gonna end up being, especially since we had some of those other guys, drop out. If McNaughty wins this one, and Josh Moment or some of these other guys in the second split, for whatever reason have a bad showing, then the points difference isn't that much.
Right.
Well,
Looks like we are out on track.
Yep. The next 4 races coming up too are all rain.
Yes, that's
right.
We've reached the monsoon season starting next week.
I love that.
Well, at least it's spring on Gran Turismo because it sure ain't here.
It looks like these guys are on their opening out lap. Again, trying to stay bunched up enough to be able to use that slipstream to their advantage. like corridor is leading the way. Yeah, the first out lap of qualifying. Naughty back there in P4. Certainly has slipstream off of Moose in front of him. Another Coca-Cola livery. Saw Raider in the Jack and Coke livery last round. These FAF guys always come with some nice liveries.
Right?
VIP Cornbread. VIP, they I know that they go through a lot of effort to develop matching liveries for all their cars. So
Yes, they do.
see that same strategy. And then Q, the older Ferrari. I'm gonna have my eye on this one to see how the older Ferrari does. The FAF Elzo in a matte black with bright yellow. It's a sick looking livery.
Man, they are really bunched up there.
Slipstream, it's important. Got to be careful.
Ismail Truth and Slick. I understand that Wesley does a lot of Slick's liveries. Slick's looks really nice. RSR Zilla.
Dilla. Hey, dog.
J-Dog, Beehive Racing. These guys are all now on their hot laps.
And there's a lot of fast guys in this. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not used to seeing you, Papa, down in Split 4. Or
Hey.
Shaggy, for that matter.
The faster these guys keep getting, the more talent that the PHG World Series is, gathering. It's just, I may not make races, and I may have to become the broadcaster of these races, man, because you gotta have something to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
we
there with
need
you.
more broadcasters.
I'm there with you too.
You're welcome to
Take
go
my day.
behind the scenes.
My days of thunder are over, so I might as well just sit in the broadcasting booth with you.
Ooh, I like Moose's livery there.
That did look good.
Let's see what happened in this replay.
I think I'm having a little bit of internet trouble where I'm at. I'm real choppy, what I'm saying.
Yeah, mine is too. I think that might just be the stream. Technical difficulties will be... We're coming right back. There we go.
That's it. Now we're looking. Oh, wait, it was. There we go.
We're nice and smooth now.
All right, we got times coming
I
in.
wasn't sure if it was on my phone or not.
Moose, no surprise at the top of the speed chart, at least after this first set of hot laps with the 151 flat. Q close behind with the 151.1. The number of people pitting, doing that whole
Very
pitting
early.
after the first hot lap. Get those fresh tires on. I'm curious, those FAF guys generally do a lot of fuel burn on those opening laps when they're doing that strategy. We'll see if they've done the same thing. Got about an eighth of a tank burned off. Slowpoke Rods does. But I don't think Slowpoke Rods
Also-
hit yet. No, he still has some worn tires. McNaughty right there with him.
Mr. Caswell, very funny. I'm not sure that's true, though. You and I both know what goes on behind the scenes. I'm not sure it is less work if I don't make the race.
Oh, McNaughty had just pulled over on the long straight.
Hey,
He had the exit. He wanted to get behind to get the slip, probably for the next lap. He's looking a lap ahead. He's got bigger picture in mind here.
Naughty thinking in 3D chess.
Either that or he's going to pit on this lap, and there's no reason to stay ahead of Slowpoke Rods. We'll see what he does.
I think he's
There it is.
burning fuel, yeah.
Burning
He's really
fuel.
revving that out.
Mm-hmm.
While we're thinking about it, big shout out to 4D Racewear, one of our sponsors. Go visit them at 4dracewear.com. Also, shout out to Lithograph Comics, Vex Design, and the Mist Chronicles. Need to give our sponsors some love. 4D Raceware playing 4D chess.
Actually, I don't know if it's a good time to talk about it because I don't want to jinx it, but we may have for next season, if I can put it together right with higher ups at my job, you may have a fifth sponsor.
Oh,
Awesome.
snap.
That's good to hear.
You heard it here first. Look at that breaking news here at the PHG World Series, about the PHG World Series. Dun, dun, dun. Let me see.
A
We have
very large auto dealer that may be looking to get their name up front.
Very
well,
nice.
that would be peak, as the kids like to say nowadays. Where's Josh when we need him?
GT. Yep.
All right, Moose still
Wow.
leading the pack here. He got down into the 150s, and he is purple going into the last sector. So Moose wanting to put,
I don't know.
trying
though.
to get his
if he's gonna
domination out here.
take tires.
Oh, but he's coming in.
So.
Coming in.
Yeah,
There we go. He's
It's
going to have
his
one
last-
more hot lap.
that was his lap 4 was his last chance to dive in there, get some fresh tires, and take one more shot at something a little faster.
And how about Q there, the first driver we've seen in the older Ferrari, currently still sitting in P2.
Yep. Doing
I
really
believe he
well.
had McNaughty right behind him, so anxious to see what McNaughty does on this next lap. I believe he's finishing his outlap. Corridor's sitting in
Yep,
P5,
McNaughty.
just getting on to the straights. Should be setting the new time. And he will probably get one more two more hot laps.
Puts a smile on my face every time I see that heart for you, Papa, for Susan.
Hey, yes. Yes, absolutely. It is an honor, privilege, and emotional. Probably the word I'm looking for. To see that sticker on all these cars. Not a
Absolutely.
requirement. It's amazing that they do it.
So much support in the PHG community. We are a fairly
Love this
large
community.
community, but tight-knit. Oh, there was a spin back there.
Who'd
Not
we
sure
lose?
who that was. That might have been VIP. Was that Corporate?
Whoever
Looked
was
like a
that
red
straight
car.
pit, so yeah.
Oh no, was it McNaughty?
No, it wasn't Cornbread. Was it McNaughty?
I thought I saw him pop back up in the pits there before it switched over to the replay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, it was McNaughty.
Uh,
So McNaughty already
pushing.
he did put in a P4 time, so that's it's not like he's starting way at the back. But
Nope.
I'm sure he's thinking he could have done better.
You know, and that's the same situation happened to me during the split qualifying. On my money lap, I ended up spinning it. It's like, no, you just want to choke yourself.
Yeah,
you
we've said it a
spinning
couple
it
of
on the
times.
money lap? No.
We've said it a couple of times here that everybody's running pretty much on the razor's edge at this track.
At least I gave it my all.
This is never going to end, I swear.
No, it
It's
won't.
not. Corridor with an improvement. Back in P6. Q coming across the line. Does not improve. Like VIP Cornbread put in a slightly better time, but still sitting back in P11. Improvement by Ismail. Still in P10. And I believe that is
A lot
it.
of guys. A lot of guys
qualifiers.
didn't make that next lap.
Looks like we still got 3 that are still running.
Oh, we do have 3. Okay. I also noticed there are only 12 in the lobby. We knew that Esta wasn't going to make it. There must have been one other driver that unfortunately was not able to make it this round. Slowpoke rods. Can't tell. He might be in the slip here.
Yeah,
Try to
he's
get
right
that
there.
little bit of extra time. It's not super close.
Shaggy's saying it's RTR Demon Lord didn't make it. He must have had a different name that he's racing under.
Right.
I don't
I
remember
didn't see
reading.
that on the split graphic.
Yeah.
He is up. Slowpoke's up.
Yep, he had about a 10th. 7R Duke coming down to the final few corners. 7R Duke putting it out into the grass. 2 tires into the grass. The final chicane.
Funny telling.
There they go,
He's
coming out of
lording the demon.
that. Lording the demon. Corridor with an improvement. No improvement by Nuke. There we go. That should wrap up qualifying for split 3. One driver in the 150s. Like all the rest in the 151 or the low 152s. All right, so Papa, you want to take us through qualifying order?
Absolutely. We got in P1 and pole with a 150.786. In the Huracan is Moose 21. Nice job. Congratulations. About 4/10 back in P2 is Corridor. And then we have Q in P3. FAF Slowpoke Rods pulling down in P4. And we have Mr. McNaughty. I'm sure he knows he could have done better, but P5 is still an excellent lap, only half a second off pole. So Sector 7 Nuke in P6, RSR Zilla in P7, DHR J Dog in P8. We got following up here in P9 will be PHG Slick 151, LMR Ismail Truth in P10, EIP Cornbread P11, and rounding out the field will be FAFL, so P12. Outstanding jobs, guys.
Right, another tight qualifier.
Yeah.
We've got everything from the 150.7 all the way to a 52.4. I mean, that's again about a second and a half across the whole field, with a number of them in the middle being very close to each other. So
Yeah.
I think we're once again going to see some tight battles in the middle of the pack. Any standouts that you guys saw? Jersey, how about you?
You know, I'm not 100% sure. Anybody that was really standing out there, I mean, Q is definitely going to be interesting. The only one running that older Ferrari, and I kind of want to see what he's going to be able to do. And McNaughty, I know he had more time in him, and
Yeah.
I know he's going to be pushing hard. So I'm really interested to see what's going to from his end once he gets going here.
Yeah, I mean, another thing with Q is last round at Daytona, he was in split 4, I believe. So he's bumped up to split 3 and is qualified in P3 here for the start of this race. So definitely going to be one to watch. Papa, who you watching in this round?
You know what? I was really impressed with the time that RSR Zilla put down. He's in here racing with a bunch of A plus D driver rated guys. With him being on this count DRB, and he is putting in the work. He's showing him, what he can do too. So I'd keep my eye on Zilla. He's a very intelligent guy too. He's got those strats worked out with his team. They're helping him in the background.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw a number of Sector 7 drivers there in split 1. So,
Yep.
If they're sharing data, he may
Oh,
have an
they
advantage
are.
there.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, McNaughty qualifying in P5, even though he lost it there on his banker lap. Look for him to jump up in the field some more. And then FAF Slowpoke Rods again, part of a team where we see a number of drivers here. look for them to try to get, bunched up and even within the split, because we have what? We have FAF Slowpoke rods along with FAF Elzo in this one. I'm not
Mhm.
sure if they're going to be able to get together. They've qualified quite a ways apart in P4 and
Yeah.
P12. But if they can do the teammate thing,
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's a lot of jump though. It's a lot of jump. I think you're
Big
gonna
jump.
end up seeing a lot of guys that are gonna be more close knit together. And it's again, like I forget who said it, but it's just a matter of you can work with people, but you don't have to. We'll
Yep,
see who
that's
right?
right.
chooses to do so and who doesn't.
Yeah. Well, I understand the drivers are getting into their cars, and we should be getting out onto the grid soon. Um, yeah. Once again, really looking forward to this one. This should be a fun, tight race to watch. We got Moose here on the pole. His fancy black and white and red MMR car, looking to represent MMR strong in split 3. Come down the straight. The lights are out, and away they go. Oh,
Oh,
Moose is going to jump to the back and try to do a
yeah.
last to first here, maybe?
Let's go,
Bold
Moose.
move. Let's see if he can do it. That'll be one to watch as he charges through the field. Corridor takes us high speed into turn 1Q right on his tail. We see Corridor's running on the racing mediums. We saw third and fourth kind of get a little squirrely there in the background, but certainly kept it going. We're not seeing the pull away on the opening lap like we saw last time with Jorge. He was
Yeah,
Mike,
you're
if
glued
Q can
to
get
him.
by Corridor, he is on the softs.
Ah,
Might be able to pull away.
yep. So we'll see. Now that
He's
we're getting
on
onto the
soft,
long
too.
stretch, he could certainly get a better exit here. He is right on the back. Yep, he pulls out. He's going to try to make this pass. He's being on the softs. You're going to want to get out in front so you're not, stuck in that dirty air, burning your tires up.
Yep.
Looks like he's got the position. He's going to be able to keep it.
I think 4 might have lifted just a hair to give him that cleaner entry for himself.
McNaughty making his moves already.
Yep.
He's not messing around.
Agree.
He knew he was faster, and he's going to go for it right now.
Yeah.
All right, let's check out this replay. We go into the braking zone. Just able to get a little deeper, a little bit of a nudge there, but not. He kept it down.
Yeah, that was.
I think it's surprised. Who was he passing there? I can't read.
Slowpoke rods.
Yeah, I think it really surprised Slowpoke to see him suddenly there on the inside.
Yeah.
And Slowpoke kind of turned down in and was like, "Whoa, where did you come from?"
Right. Right. Arsarzilla up to P7. Right on Nuke. Again, it looks like we've already broken off into a couple different patches of cars here. We got Nuke, Zilla, and J-Dog. There's a little bit of a gap ahead of them before they get to the next pack. Ooh, and J-Dog goes wide. He's able to keep it pointed straight, though. He's going to have the dirty tires. He's to manage it for the next couple of corners. Didn't seem to lose too much.
Yeah, those dirty tires right there, man. Going into that
especially as you crest that hill.
Yeah.
That is a pucker moment right there. Let's watch that again. As he's going through. Yeah, he had the throttle only about halfway, making sure not to spin the thing. That's the worst thing you could do in that situation, would be to take what's already a bad situation and make it worse by spinning yourself out and getting damage. Now it's just settle back in, get going. Q pulling a gap.
away.
Yeah, once again, we're seeing those racing soft tires. They are paying off.
McNaughty going a little defensive here. Slowpoke wants his position back.
Right there, gave each other
the
space. Here they go to the top of that hill, into the braking zone. And these guys are riding nice and tight. This is the same thing we saw in Split 1. There isn't a big separation that happens right away, other than Q, who's moved out ahead. But obviously, with him being on the softs, we're seeing that same strategy play out, where you get so much better grip through all those twisty sections. that it pays off. Because other guys aren't very far back. You know, he's certainly not putting the 2 seconds a lap that we saw Jorge do.
No.
J-Dog and Zilla here going into...
But you got to remember, it took him 3/4 of a lap just to get to the lead. He's been able to put, 2 seconds on since then.
Right.
I mean, he may not have Jorge's pace, but...
Well, but just comparative to the rest of the field.
Yeah.
We check in on where Moose is at. Moose back in P10. Remember, he dropped to the back. P12. He's made up only 2 spots so far.
Yeah, but he's closing fast. I've been kind of keeping my eye on him, too.
Ismail looked like he got a better exit there. Gets side by side with Zilla. Looks like he's going to have the inside line when we get to the braking zone. Let's see if RSR Zilla backs out or if they battle through it. This is a wide section of track. Zilla goes deep. Ismail Truth seems to have the better grip there. He's able to make that pass stick.
He does, but for some reason you can really get some good exit speed if you're a little higher on that banking. He was right up on it coming out of the corner.
I didn't see if he lifted just to tuck in or not. We'll watch that again. He goes through high. He's got it pegged. Pulls up right behind him. Thought about going side by side, but there you saw him lift.
Yeah,
yep, did the smart move. Did not want to go side by side as you crest that hill. Smart move by Zilla. We got Corridor and McNaughty here. Second, third, nose to tail.
He's coming. He's on the march.
Absolutely is. I know McNaughty, being down in split 3, probably not where he wants to be, and I know he's trying to make up for the performance last week. We know we had a heck of a battle on that final couple laps at Daytona. McNaughty got caught in the middle of it. Certainly looking to prove himself in this race, and he's battled himself back up to P3 from a P5 start. He's looking good. Again, glued to Corridor, trying to get that draft. Still can't believe that these drivers are all down in split 3. Just how tight this racing is.
There he goes.
There is.
Gets it all the way down to the apex. Keeps it down there.
Yeah.
Gets the pass done. Beautiful pass.
McNaughty giving
Corridor gave him the space. Watch that again from McNaughty's perspective. Does dive to the inside. Corridor gives him the space. McNaughty pins it down to the center. Corridor tries to get a little bit more speed. McNaughty was able to close it out before they got there. And they got Slowpoke rods also right behind him.
Oh yeah, Slowpoke. I feel like he's definitely he wants to get that position back as just from McNaughty just as much as McNaughty wanted to take it.
Absolutely. I mean, he was still right there, and he's still right there on Corridor. McNaughty's starting to put a little bit of space already, but Slowpoke rods, kind of chomping at the bit. Corridor probably just needs to recover from that pass, put it behind him, put some laps in.
Nuke's pulling up now too.
Yeah, S7 Nuke coming into the battle. Third, fourth, and fifth. These guys are tight.
Well, Papa, this is about what the time you said that the mediums on that snap there from Nuke. These are about the time that those mediums really feel like they're sticking from that 296.
Yep, that's maybe it's the way I drive, but yeah, it was like lap 3, 4 is when they just really seemed to just go.
Watching these guys just rocket out of that turn onto this backstretch is always fun to see. Moose now up to P9 after dropping back to the back. He's got 1.1 seconds to Zilla. Just barely in the slipstream. FAF Elzo back in P10. God, I like that livery. Slick in P11. Cornbread back in P12. Looked like he may have had an issue at the start there. He is quite a ways off the pace.
I think,
28 seconds.
I think he had a glitch start. I think most of us have experienced the rear view where you're looking at your car at the start. It's a pretty easy fix, but yeah, you got to change your views pretty quick. But I think that might have been his issue. Now, if it had been like the whole field would have had that, Shaggy may have just restarted the race. But with it only being one or maybe two guys that it happened to, it's so hard to make that call. So,
right,
I'm gonna stick with Shaggy on not telling the restart on this one.
How about this? We checked with McNaughty. Up into P2, 5.8 seconds back from Q. 5.6, go back to 5.7.
And now keep in mind, McNaughty is on the mediums.
Yeah, and he's pacing
and Q's on the softs, and yeah, he's keeping up. I mean, look at his times. He has a 52.4, a 52.8. Can we check with Q to see what his times were? Well, Q's down in the 51s over the last 4 laps. Really consistent.
It's not a full second or 2 seconds a lap. It's very minimal margins.
Yeah.
We'll see now that McNaughty has some clean air if he can get himself down into the 51s on those mediums.
Yeah, McNaughty was working his way through the field through a lot of those laps.
Well, I think we see Slowpoke Rods. We're watching this replay. Slowpoke Rods getting past Corridor. We saw him hunting him. Sure enough, dives it in. Is able to make that stick. Corridor tries to make a comeback, but isn't able to get there before the crest. Good pass by Slowpoke Rods. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but that was an important thing happening on the screen.
Moose taking the inside into Kane on Zilla, P8.
Yep, gets that pass done.
That side's
Papa, talk us through this.
Like I say, he just had the position, and there's not much Zilla could do. Moose out broke him into the turn. Zilla's got to just kind of let him go.
The only option Zilla really had there was to try to brake a little earlier, cut a little tighter, and use a little bit more of the left side so he can have a faster exit on the stretch.
Right.
Oh, McNaughty with the spin. Oh. And he has damage. Let's see what happened here. Coming through the he's coming to that hill. Here's that hill where you can lose it. Yep, and got some tires into the grass.
Same thing as the qualifying lap.
Oh, that is heartbreaking. McNaughty was doing so well up in P2. I mean, he's back to P5. This is where he qualified.
Right.
So it's not like he's back in P10. He's still got a chance to make up some spots here. He's losing some time on the straight. Yep, he's losing some time because the damage hadn't fixed. It should be fixed by now. We'll see if he can start to march his way back up.
Oh, he's
side by side.
Right.
He's going to hold it.
Got it done. That was some good side-by-side through that Banky boy. Gonna watch that for another replay. Yeah, he dives it in deep, and this is what you were talking about, Jersey, where you can carry a little more speed on the outside. He gets that exit, and I think Ismail may have just given him this one, heading to the hill there. But Ismail's still right there for now.
That all-wheel drive is just getting that little bit better traction around that corner than that mid-engine car.
That definitely helped Q, though, with McNaughty spinning. His lead.
Absolutely.
He's about 8.5 second lead now over Slowpoke.
Ismail now losing a spot to J-Dog as well. I wonder if getting that little bit of side-by-side McNaughty may have rattled him a little. That's the thing with the driver. You got to put that stuff behind you and just face forward. But Ismail's not giving up.
Well, he's hounding J-Dog. Sure.
He is.
He's hounding the dog.
Who let the J-Dog out? Who? Who?
Ooh, ooh.
Nobody? Really?
What, did you expect me to bark? I wasn't
I
barking.
was worried about your copyrights, man.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. I got
Okay, that's fair.
I got warned about Mr. Better Dad, so having a song ready for him, but
All right, so
I'm not even gonna bark.
Q on those softs, still running some steady 51s. Looks like all the medium drivers. Corridor back here running 52s, 53s.
Yeah, Q's nice and settled in right now. If he's
Yeah.
still after 8 laps still doing 51s and staying
Slow,
consistent, he's doing good.
Slowpoke routes these last 3 laps have put in some 52s. Plenty of tire left. We're starting to get close to that 10th
Somebody
lap.
else.
Oh, somebody else spun back there in, what's that, P9?
Moose. Yep, P9.
Ah,
Oh, he did spin. Now he's going to go into the pits. I was just going to say when we were going to start seeing the pit stops come. Oh, yeah, coming out of this corner. Yep, you get on the grass. Just snaps around on you.
Elzo and Slick are also in the pit. McNaughty just ran his first 51 of the race. Coming back with vengeance.
oh, McNaughty must have put the hat on.
Yep.
I think in the last race we saw a number of drivers come in, what, on lap 8? But most of them seem to stay out till lap 10. So we'll see if we're on lap 9 now. How many
That's
of
why I
them
think
come
you
in?
start to see the softs really kind of give up around 9, 10, and you start slowing down, actually slower than the mediums around.
Well, most of these guys are still on mediums. They end up doing the 10 and 10.
That right front's really, really hurting you right now.
Yep. He may come in at the end of 9.
Just as a kind of a comparison, remember Jorge in first race tonight, he was at 10 laps in, he was only at about 50%.
Right.
And that just, that's all attributed to driving styles.
Well, he was also in the other Ferrari. I'm not sure how much that plays into it.
Right. It probably has a lot to actually play into it. Now that I totally forgot he was in the 458.
All right, Slowpoke rods in. Q did stay out another lap.
That McNaughty's had enough of them
Corridor as
mediums
well.
too.
A lot of people pitting at the end of lap 9. Going to run 11 laps on the softs.
Things are about to get quick. You're going to see a lot of 50s, I think, run over these next few laps.
Yeah, so Q currently has a 51.2 as the fastest lap. I think you're right. I think we're going to see some mid-50s. Mid to upper 50s once these tire changes happen and the guys coming out on the softs with less fuel in their car. Whoa, big drift by Q there. Held on to it.
Trying to show Jorge he can do it too.
Real quick, we've seen an awful lot of Ferraris this round. A little foreshadowing. We've got the next round at Le Mans is going to be, the theme is Ford versus Ferrari. Do you think we're going to see a lot of Ferraris, or are people going to go with the movie?
I heard Mustang Chuck was actually going to drive a Ferrari for that race.
That was the rumor. I thought he had given up on the Fords.
He did. He did. He was telling me that he was honestly thinking about one of those Lamborghinis. He likes the Lamborghinis. I think I convinced him though that Costa Rockets are a little better than
Ferrari.
Corridor and Q both coming in the pit.
Yep.
It was Ismail. And Zoe following.
Looks like we had a lot of people hit after lap 9. We've had 4 more hit after lap 10.
Q
Slowpoke
finally
Rods
coming
looks
in
like
lap
he's
10.
one of those that's already pitted. So we'll see where he comes out related to all these. I'm sure Q will be out
Got
ahead.
awfully quiet.
He gets that refueling done. Wow, Corridor is still with 44%
Can you
fuel.
guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, Jersey. Can you hear us? Can't hear us.
Can you guys hear me? Okay.
And
I can't hear anybody else. There we go.
Hughes, as we expected, came out in P1 as the 5.4 second lead over Corridor. We got half the race left to go, and Corridor now on the superior tire. We'll see how that ends up.
This Slowpoke is all over Corridor. Just came out of the pit.
Oh, and Corridor hit the wall!
Yeah, he did.
But he hit it in the spot where Slowpoke was not able to capitalize on it. Does Corridor have damage?
Nope.
He
Neither
does not.
Slowpoke.
Interesting. So, no harm, no foul on that. That could have been worse.
Now he's continuing his march. You can see P2 from his 5th spot.
Bit of a gap between 3 and 4. There's quite a bit to make up there, but I'm sure, once again, he's looking to prove his mettle.
Corridor went defensive. Pulled his P2.
Here's we watch Corridor and Slowpoke Rods. Corridor, yeah, going very defensive. Slowpoke Rods trying to get that wider line and dive it in, but wasn't quite able to get up all the way to Corridor's bumper.
Right.
But
here we go.
while we were watching the replay, it looks like he's gotten around him.
Side by side.
Oh, they're side by side. Coming to the braking zone. So Slowpoke has... Yeah, it looks like he's completed that pass there. All right, so in this replay, they crest the hill. Corridor gets a little loose going around that right-hander. Slowpoke Rod's able to get up next to him. Was able to make it stick on the apex for that next corner.
Nice.
And then it's just a drag race to the braking zone.
He just passed Nuke, P4. He is now after Corridor. 2 seconds, 0.1 seconds.
See if we can catch that. Papa, talk us through this.
Just got the inside. I mean, a typical racing pass, get the inside, get your position. There's nothing the person on the outside can really do.
Yep, Nuke backed out. Smart play.
Yep.
You don't want to be side by side in that first corner.
Oh, God, no.
Yep, now Slowpoke Rods. He's only got a 3/10 lead over Corridor. Corridor's definitely in the slipstream. Let's see if they battle going into the banking. Slowpoke Rods takes a slightly defensive line.
Exactly what Corridor did last lap.
Yep.
Roles just reversed.
Looked like he was able to hold on to that. McNaughty's still keeping his lead on Nuke barely. Corridor's not giving up on this. He's still sticking with them.
Yes, he is. He's all over him. And even with these two battling, because of the lip or whatever, McNaughty hasn't been able to close really either.
Right.
Still right around that 2.3, 2.4 seconds behind these guys.
Yeah, they haven't really been side by side. I mean, they've certainly been nose to tail, which is what's going to help you with your lap times. It's once you start getting side by side, and like Jersey said, you know, going side by side through that banking corner at the end of the long straight isn't. Oh! Holy drift by Moose! Oh, he almost saved it. Moose just set the fastest lap with a 50.4. Oh, let's see that again. He had a long drift coming up, cresting over this hill here. Or no, he got it. No, he got into the grass there.
Yes, clip that dirt, yeah.
Right, the grass.
Oh, back to P11. He had made so many gains.
Yeah, what a sickening feeling. And you know there's nothing you can do.
And it wasn't like he was around anybody else. You can't blame the
Yeah.
dirty air for that one. That's just
That's a
I did
papa
that a couple
move.
of times in qualify.
Yeah.
I did that a couple of times qualifying practice. Just you get just a hair too wide. That back right
Yep.
just touches 2 or 3 blades of grass, and you go to make that left-hander, and around it goes.
Naughty now within or right around 2 seconds back from Corridor.
Yeah, he just can't seem to close in on these two in front of him.
Seems like he's closing, but only like a tenth a lap. Like, but we do have 7 laps to go.
He's
He can-
down to his 4.5
Yeah,
second
1.8.
lead. You're closing.
All he has to do is get to that slipstream. I mean, if he's catching him without the slipstream, once he gets the slipstream, it'll be game on.
Yep.
He might be looking at a podium here. Let's see what he can do. This will be interesting if he has to battle with Corridor. Because again, just for some background, Corridor won the Naughty Racing League, which McNaughty runs. That'll be an interesting one.
Slowpoke Rod just ran a 50.9. He's only just over 4 seconds behind Q for the lead.
Yeah, Q
That's
was, when
definitely-
he came out, he was at what, 5.3 seconds?
Something
They've
like
only
that,
knocked.
yeah.
Now, granted, Slowpoke and Corridor had to do some battling. If Slowpoke Rods can keep this lead, maybe he can start closing in on Q. It's down to 3.7 now.
Yeah, it's coming down pretty quick.
We may have a
3.4.
battle before the end here.
Oh yeah, I think so. McNaughty's also closing on Corridor. Slowly.
Yeah, see, now we're seeing on the backstretch without the slip. He's falling back a little. But a 7R Nuke has got the slipstream. Yeah, just trying to remain steady, I think, for the rest of this race. McNaughty just needs to keep it on the track, and he'll just keep closing in. Slowpoke
Can't get in his own head, push too hard.
Right.
And that's so easy to do. I do it all the freaking time. You have to tell yourself, just relax, chill, focus.
Slowpoke Rods is definitely catching up.
Okay.
Q, it was under 3 seconds there. Slowpoke must have bobbled that final corner because he was under 3 seconds. It's now back up to 3.1. But he is catching him. And he has gotten a little bit of a gap on Corridor, so he's got that clean air. We're seeing him put down some lap times. He's got a 50.9, a 51 flat. He's got some good times, but we were seeing Q pull mid 51s when he was on soft. Slowpoke Rods is down in the low 51s. At this rate, he should catch him before the final lap. Corridor does still have the slip. See what kind of an exit he gets here onto the backstretch. Like Slowpoke Rod's exit was a little bit better. Just continue to pull away, just ever so slightly. The slipstream's allowing him to catch up now, but not as much as if he had a better exit. But Q keeps getting larger inside that windshield.
Yeah.
Although Corridor is purple going into the final sector. Moose has still held on to that 150.4 for the fastest lap. We'll see with Corridor still having the slip here and on the front stretch. If he can surpass that. These guys are now under 2 seconds to Q. And there are still 5 laps to go.
0.8.
What do you think? Is Q going to start running this defensive? Or is he going to see
yeah.
them catch with 3-4 laps to go and just give it
I
up?
think
Corridor taking the fastest lap.
I think Q's up. Keep looking up at that looking up at the top, the split time every chance he gets, and it's definitely when they start closing closer, it's going to start wearing on him. He's going to start worrying.
Yeah, that's again where we talk about try not to drive out your rear view mirror. You can just stay concentrated on putting your laps in. The worst thing you can do now is start making mistakes and give these guys more time to get around him. They have the superior tire. Now, the only gotcha is that as we get closer to the end of the race, those softs are going to be a lot more worn than the mediums. So the softs will still be faster, but not by as much as if they were fresh tires.
Yeah, they got to do something within the next couple laps, or these tires they're going to even out, and you're going to see a really good race.
I don't know. Those
Corridor
mediums
is not going away.
now. Those mediums start to get kind of slick. They feel good for 2 or 3 laps, and then they start getting slick on these corner exits.
Well, I think Corridor might have brushed the wall there. He is
all
still
over
all over. He seems to have found his groove. He's
Yeah.
back on Slowpoke Rod.
And pulling away from McNaughty, who I think hit a lap earlier than all these guys, and you can tell on by his tire wear. His nuke's starting to close on McNaughty now. Under a second. And Ismail actually is right behind those two.
We got a heck of a battle for 4th, 5th, 6th, along with this battle here for 2nd and 3rd, which we believe will turn into a battle for 1st.
Yep.
Probably
Yeah, it's
within the
definitely
next
getting real
lap
close
to a lap
now.
and a half.
As long as they don't try to fight with one another and just let, second place pull third place right up in there into the groove, it'll be a 3-way battle for the win here.
And I think
Yeah,
you got a
that's
good battle for 9th, 10th, and 11th, too. How's those flicking moose? They're all starting to gather each other up.
Yep, 3/10. Moose back a little bit, but we know he has pace.
Right. Under a second for the lead.
Oh, it's going to get spicy real quick. Yeah, they are definitively in the slip now. With the tire advantage, like you said, Papa, they're going to need to want to make a move sooner than later while they still have relatively fresh tires.
Right.
I just
Now,
don't think that
Slowpoke Rod-
458 can pull on that 296.
A Slowpoke Rods is going to be in a position where, he's going to be, looking to make the pass, and looking out the front windshield, but also being careful not to see Corridor sneak something in there while he's too focused ahead.
Right.
So Slowpoke Rods probably has the hardest job ahead of him here, is to get this pass done without losing.
Yeah, McNaughty definitely wants to see these 3-star fights so he can pull himself back up into this fight.
Right? I mean, we get down to the last 2 laps, you could start seeing them go side by side through some of these twisty sections, which will slow them down immensely.
Yeah.
You obviously don't want to see that at the beginning of the race.
Right. And Nuke and Ismail are right behind McNaughty. I mean, you could very easily here in a couple laps see a 6-person race for this. If everything falls.
Slowpoke Rods with wiggle. He's within 8/10.
Needs to get closer for this drive down the front stretch.
Yeah, Ismail right on Nuke as well. Less than half a second. Didn't get the best exit. That's the thing you want. You want to try to get both the run and be in the slip heading onto the back stretch. And this battle for first, second, and third. We're going to have 2 laps to go. A tight battle here at the end.
I think you're at the point now where these tires might have equalized in the mediums and the softs. This This isn't going to be an easy pass.
Yeah, they're going to be a little bit slippery. I think the softs are still going to have noticeably more grip, but that's going to continue to wane as time goes on.
I think you're only going to see that grip out of. Ooh, little tap on the wall there. You. You're only going to see that grip.
A bigger run.
You're only going to see that equal grip through corners. The softs still have much more grip now. Coming out of
back in the pits. Ooh, he had a lot of damage. Front and right tire damage. He must have had an incident.
Did he?
So McNaughty out of the running for the top 3 now. Not exactly sure what happened there. It must have happened. I wonder if he spun into the pits. Like, didn't mean to go there, but just slid into it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's that spot where if you lose the rear end, you can go on a long slide and just end up in the pit lane by accident.
Yep.
We still have this exciting battle for P1. Slowpoke rods less than half a second, with 1.5 laps left to go. Just pulled that down to 0.3 seconds. Definitely closing in. We're coming into a section where the better tires are going to be helpful. Q gets the better exit, though. Corridor still in the mix. You got to wonder if he's just being patient and waiting for Slowpoke rods to do something a little too risky and then capitalize on it. Looks like Q went a bit wide there on the exit.
At this point, why settle for second? If he can let Slowpoke take a shot at the lead and slow them both down, he might be able to find room somewhere to get by both of them.
Absolutely. He was able to pull another couple tenths back, but he's got a lead.
He does.
Slowpoke and Corridor have to. They really have to get on him before they get onto the final stretch. They need to have a run coming onto that corner. Q being nice and smooth. I wonder how much having Corridor in Slow's rear view mirror is affecting him. Or if he's hyper-focused on first. Here they go, coming onto the backstretch. Oh, Q got the exit. He's going to be able to hold this. It's going to come down to the last few twisty sections. We are on the final lap. We have half a lap to go. Battle for first is on.
He's pulling right up on him here.
Yep.
And he outbreak him.
0.3 seconds. Oh, I think he hit the wall, and here's where Corridor was looking for it. Side by side to the top of the hill.
That's what he was looking for.
They're still side by side. Corridor touches the wall. They're still side by side. Oh, I think Corridor finally got it. Oh, the Slowpoke is coming back. He's going to be defensive. Now here the inside's going to turn into the outside. Let's see what happens. Again, side by side. Slowpoke rods is going to have the inside for this last corner. Oh, and he made it work. He's back in front. They're in the slipstream.
Wow.
Corridor's not going to be able to catch up. Oh, Slowpoke rods and Corridor. What a great battle.
Wow, whoa.
Oh, I think he gave it to him.
He did give it to him.
Corridor got P2.
Yeah.
Did Slowpoke rods just give it to him at the end?
Yeah.
Those last 5-6 corners, that was a heck of a battle.
J-Dog 6, Zilla 7, right on his tail. Slick pulling up the P8. Around the final turn.
Oh, look at this side by side. And Corridor got it done. But then Slowpoke rods in the final chicane. Corridor takes the defensive, but the defensive turns into the offensive.
Who's coming in P10? And
a
that's
beautiful
great
setup.
racing.
Oh, that was good.
Wondering why he gave it to him.
And then Slowpoke, let's go up to Slowpoke. Does he get off the accelerator? He does.
Yeah.
He just lets him have it.
Did he run out of gas?
No.
Is that what happened?
No way.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Wow. To pull that kind of a move and then run out of gas 300 feet before the
Oh.
line. Oh my goodness.
Good call, Papa. Yeah, we're gonna have to find out from Slowpoke Rods in the chat if he's listening, if that's what happened.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, what a
Wow.
finish.
A
Back
finish.
and forth to back again.
Wow.
Okay. We thought that first race was exciting.
Great show.
Ooh. Okay. Papa, take us
That's
through the
me.
result. Holy crap.
Q held on for the P1. That's twice. Both something to think about. Both winners started on the softs. Corridor P2 and the fastest lap of 150.379. That's a fast lap. Well over faster than anybody else running. Let's see. Then we got Slowpoke Rods P3. Possible ran out of fuel right at the line. Sector 7 Nuke P4. LMR Ismail rounding out our top 5. BHRJ Dog P Steve. We got RSR Zilla P7. We got PHG Slick P8. P9 goes to FAF Elzo. P10 will be Moose 21. Tried the first to last to first, had a couple issues, didn't quite make that happen. Cornbread P11, we know he had a little glitch in his start. Sorry to see that. And then McNaughty, so fast, but then a couple issues. He just called it good and rage pitted. I don't blame him for that.
Man, now they're saying in the chat that both Corridor and Slowpoke Rods ran out at the end.
Oh, did they?
But Corridor just had enough to make it ahead.
Oh,
I'll be
my
anxious to
Lord.
watch the replays afterwards to see if
Absolutely.
that's what happened. But oh my god, if both of them ran out while doing the battle at the end, that'd be crazy. All right, so
Oh my god.
we need to pick a driver of the race, which is not going to be easy
Oh,
in
my
this
Lord,
one.
yeah.
Papa had first dibs last time. Jersey, I'll give you first dibs. Who do you have as your driver of the race for this split?
Well, I think, in all honesty, I am going to have to go with Corridor. He was passed up a couple of times early on. Did not back down. He did not give up. Turned in. He just locked himself in. Did not turn away from it and stayed with it to power back. And even though he ran out of fuel too, if he did, still stayed right there. Pull off P2.
Solid choice. Absolutely. No argument there. Papa, let me guess.
Q.
No, go ahead. Q. Okay.
I'm going with Q. I think, again, I think the tire strat getting out front. I don't know if he was his strat all the time or if he took notes from Jorge in the previous race, but to be able to hold off on his mediums long enough till those racing soft tires behind him kind of equalize, and he was able to maintain it and hold his win.
Absolutely. Nope, that is a solid choice. I myself will go with Slowpoke Rods. I was going to take anyone. The top three are really the hands down,
Right.
ones to take for this one. But Slowpoke
one.
Rods, he got the pass done on Corridor early on in that second stint. Was able to hold him off. Hell of a battle in that last half a lap between him and Corridor, which allowed Q to get away. But Q able to hold them off to that point, also impressive. But I will nominate Slowpoke Rods officially to put him in there. We've got the poll up in the chat for everybody to vote on. Man, what a race.
Right?
I mean, everything about that race, from watching Moose, drop to the back at the beginning, and we thought we were going to see him just charge up through the field. He certainly had some troubles there in the back, and then had that horrible spin, which I'm sure was devastating. But certainly seeing him come from the back and get up as far as he did before that happened was fun to watch. What things were stood out to you guys? What was kind of your moment, I guess, of the race? Papa, we'll start with you.
Moment of the race had to for me would have been that last half a lap in that between corridor and slowpoke rods. That was just
Yeah.
incredible racing between those two. I mean, we watched a lot of good passes throughout the whole race, and but that was my moment of the race. That was fun to watch.
Yeah,
I hope I have
absolutely.
moments like that for me next year, tomorrow night.
I think if we're gonna have a highlight reel, that's gonna be on it for sure. So,
Yeah, right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Jersey, what were you watching? Did it kind of pan out how you thought, or were there any surprises in that race?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I really was not gonna lie. I was rooting for McNaughty. I saw him he was going for it, taking those
Was
dives, getting by everybody, and just, those medium tires were just not his friend. And he's pushing a little too hard coming out of that tunnel and just bend it again. I think that just mentally at that point, he kind of locked back in, but then whatever happened that last, and just that was, there's no point in keeping going. And it was such a shame because he really had the potential to really push up there. I think he would have been right up in there in the first three mix.
Yeah, I think it was surprise. I mean, we're surprised by how it ended, but it was such a good ending. I
Yeah,
would,
it was.
like I said earlier, I was really looking forward to seeing Moose charge through the field. We know he has the pace. He qualified, up near the top of split two, but with how tight these times are, again, top of split two wasn't that far off. If I remember right, split two was separated by only 0.3 of a second in our
yeah,
in our pre-qualifiers. So, um, it's not blazingly faster than everybody else. He was certainly working his way up through the field, and McNaughty as well. I mean, like you said, Jersey, also a fast driver. We saw him working his way up. He had the pace. Unfortunately, was his own worst enemy there. Uh, had a couple of incidents. Not quite sure what happened at the end there that caused him to go into the pits. But whether that was
Probably same thing that caught Moose. Same thing that
he's
caught Moose, just touching that grass and around you go. And
yeah coming out of that left-hander, got the grass spun, put him right in the
yep,
pit entrance, basically.
yeah.
And I
So
can confirm, I did go back and watch the official replay that corridor had about a half a second more fuel than slowpoke rods, which got him second place. They did
oh
both
gotcha.
run
wow,
out.
They did both run. Holy
Yep,
jeez.
yep.
How often do we see that happen?
Right? And I mean, it
All
well,
was
right.
at the finish
literally,
line. At the finish line, you mean? I
yeah,
mean, I
yeah.
don't know how often. I probably see it more often than you guys.
Okay, maybe that's it. All right,
You're
so we've
yeah, but
closed
you're
the
a
poll
lap
down.
behind
We've
when
closed
that
the poll
happens.
down, and Q is our driver of the race. So winner of the
You
race and driver of the race. It was relatively close, 57% of the vote to Corridor's 36% of the vote, with that
nice.
P2 saving just enough fuel to get past Slowpoke Rods. That was an amazing ending. Can't say that enough. Can't say that
Yeah,
enough. Well, I think we've reached the end of the broadcast here. I think one more time, let's thank our sponsors for sponsoring the PHG World Series. First off is 4D Racewear. Uh,
Or D.
go check out their stuff at 4dracewear.com. They got lots of cool products. Yep, there you go. Papa's got the gloves. Oh, I've got the gloves too. All four of the sponsors' websites are in the description here. The other ones are, I should say, Lithograph Comics. You can find them on Instagram. Vex Graphic Design, you can find on Instagram. And then
Right.
The Mist Chronicles, a 3-book series. You can find them on Amazon, written by our very own Cousin Box.
I'm getting those books.
I've got them all. I've started
Do
reading
you?
them. Yep,
Nice.
I actually bought the series, so I'm a bit of the way through the first book. I'm not much of a reader, so but I'm getting through it. It's an
Wait,
interesting story. I definitely
It's a
say
you
check
great
guys
it
can
out.
price
read?
for those 3 books, so
You guys can read? I can't read.
Well, that explains some
I
things.
can't. Yeah,
so
no. It's
I don't know.
that's why I
I'm
was
not
with
shocked
Talon
with
when they
that
said
statement.
numbers. No, no, me either.
This is why he doesn't know what sandbagging means.
Right?
I don't know. How do you even spell it?
That's great.
SENDIT. There.
There you
That's how
go.
you say it.
Send
Ah,
it.
All right. So I think that'll wrap it up. I'll let you guys say your goodbyes before we get out of here. Jersey, your first time in the booth on race day. How'd you enjoy it up here in the commentary booth?
that was great. I mean, other than the fact that I'm still a noob at learning how to switch back and forth between cameras and doing everything off of my phone because I don't have a PC to run off of. So that and having to mute my own mic so many times because I'm over here dying, backing up a lung tonight. But yeah, man, I had a blast. It was a lot of fun.
All right. Well, you did great. So thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
We hope to
Agreed.
see you again. Papa, what do you want to say to the viewers before we sign off?
Oh my God. Thank you guys for all coming out. Thank you for all the support of the PHG World Series. Thanks to Shaggy for putting this all together. Sal for all the freaking behind the work scenes, the broadcasters, the commentators, everyone involved, even the people you don't know about, like Mishi, during qualifying and keeping all the qualifying stats going and up to date as it's happening. I mean, there's just so much. I can't thank everybody enough for doing this. It's been fun. It's been amazing. Proud to have uh, PHG at the front of this World Series, especially with all the talent it's starting to attract now. I mean, it was fun before, but man, it's getting competitive now. I am super enjoying all of this.
Yep,
Absolutely.
absolutely. I agree with that 100%. Everybody remember, we do have 2 more races tomorrow. Um, they start at 1 p.m. Central. I'll be broadcasting that over on my channel, so definitely go check that out. Also check out the papashouseofgame.com website. That's where you can find all the information for the PHG World Series. Definitely come on back. For me, again, just like these guys said, thank you everybody for stopping out. This was a great set of races to commentate and watch. Thank you to everybody who left the donations. Thank you to all those that hit the like and subscribe button. If you haven't done it yet, now's your chance. And thanks to TK's for running this broadcast. Did a great job of doing the camera work and keeping us all in line so that we stay on track. But yeah, come back tomorrow. Check me out. I'm at on YouTube at Salamander MN. I'll be running those races there or broadcasting those races there again, starting at 1 p.m. Central. So until then, everybody, as Papa says, stay safe. Go get those wins. And remember, at PHG, we're great racers, but we're better people. Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
Seven tracks, 7 chances. You blink, you're gone. This is the PHG World Series, Season 3. Strap in or get past. Lights on the grid, heart on red, foot down heavy, can't hear the dread. Ghosts in my mirrors, chasing my line. I carve that apex like I'm cutting through time. Rubber on curve, sparks in the dark. Every split second could tear you apart. Name on the banner, burned in the screen. I'm wide open, living on the lean. PHG World Series, Season 3, don't breathe. If you feel that fear, better turn that key and leave. We race on the edge, where the brave bleed speed. PHG on the edge, where the brave lead speed. PHG World Series, only one crown, one king. Ooh. 3 laps left, 2 fists tight, 1 bad move like all good night. Say my tag when the replays roll. I leave rubber scars on your digital soul. Yeah. 7 tracks, 7 chances. You blink, you're gone. This is the PHG World Series, Season 3. Strap in or get past. Lights on the grid, heart on red, foot down heavy, can't hear the dread. Ghosts in my mirrors, chasing my line. I carve that apex like I'm cutting through time. Rubber on curve, sparks in the dark. Every split second could tear you apart. Name on the banner, burned in the screen. I'm wide open, living on the lean. PHG World Series, Season 3, don't breathe. If you feel that fear, better turn that key and leave. We race on the edge, where the brave bleed speed. PHG World Series, only one crown, one king. 3, don't breathe. If you feel that fear, better turn that key and leave. We race on the edge, where the brave bleed speed. PHG World Series, only one crown, one king. Ooh. 3 laps left, 2 fists tight, 1 bad move like all good night. Say my tag when the replays roll. I leave rubber scars on your digital soul.